All right, you're with us. This is the spilled milk rule for men. No soft shit, no excuses. Hit play.
Elizabeth Parrish, known as Patient Zero, traveled to Colombia to undergo experimental gene therapy aimed at reversing biological aging. Yeah, Elizabeth is 18 years old, going on 60.
I am 18 until I stand up wrong. Then I am a haunted rocking chair with Wi-Fi.
Spilled milk, ruled for men.
Spilled milk rule. Wipe it, learn it, shut up. Some dudes make spilled milk their personality.
Yeah, the 2026, the #1 killer is guys that are sitting back and crying over spilt milk.
Some men replay old L's like it is a reaction channel. Bro, you are reacting to yourself.
I'm still learning how this thing works.
That is rare honesty. Most guys would fake it, then blame the algorithm like a coward.
If you get the confirm email and it doesn't work, let me know. Send me a text or something.
Confirm emails are modern hazing. The link expires in 6 seconds just to humble you.
And what does it mean? Well, I don't know, actually. To be honest with you, we're building it on the fly, like an airplane.
Sir, that is the same confidence as I fixed my brakes while driving. Psycho energy.
So you can either upload a picture of yourself, take a picture of yourself, or generate a photo.
Generate a photo? So dudes can catfish accountability now. That is sick, but also impressive.
So that you can prove your proof that you're up and you're at 'em. If you hit the snooze button, it breaks your streak.
This app is a toxic relationship. One snooze, and it is like, we are done, you fraud.
If you don't hit the snooze button, you keep your streak. Hey guys, coming up. I was saying earlier, I get to.
Here comes I get to. Chat, brace yourselves. This is the emotional protein shake.
Yes, I get to. And not that I have to, and not that I'm stuck. No, I get to. I get to show up. And that alone tells you everything about who I am. And in a world obsessed with clout,
Cloud addiction is real. People will sell their soul for a blue check and 3 bots.
I deleted the crowd years back.
Deleting the crowd is legendary. I cannot even delete my ex from people you may know.
And in a world drowning in content, I am building connection.
I'm good.
Whenever a man says, I'm good, start the emergency lights. Something is absolutely not good.
Although, fuck, man, I yesterday on the pickleball court.
Pickleball is the only sport where trash talk sounds like tax advice, then someone's knee explodes.
I fucking took this weird step and fucking, triggered that fucking nerve in my leg.
Nerves are petty. One weird step and your body is like, cool, I will ruin your week.
I gotta tell you though, if I could slide off the top of a fucking elephant and land on my feet.
Elephant dismount at 50? That is not fitness. That is a midlife crisis with altitude.
That comfortably. In my mid-50s, I would be a happy dude. That's because that's right there, that's ACL.
ACL talk at 6 a.m. is disgusting. My mug is shaking. I did not consent to anatomy.
That's how people tear their ACLs. I know 4 feet's a long fucking way.
4 feet is nothing until your joints remember every bad decision since 2008.
A smaller jump has less impact.
That is also life advice. Smaller ego, less impact. Some dudes jump big just to get hurt.
So clearly you're jumping down off this with no issue. You would feel some sort of a shocking pain if your knees didn't like it.
Knees do Yelp reviews now. 1 star. Terrible landing. Would not recommend.
A good NBAer is just over 3 feet. There's no fucking way you're jumping 4 feet up to that pull-up bar.
That is the friend you need, not hype. A sworn affidavit against your delusions.
There's something really cool about being explosive with a jump, isn't there? I don't know, I just feel like as a human being, it maybe feels like you're young.
Jumping makes you feel young until you land and your body sends a terms and conditions update.
I feel like I'm a child when I'm doing box jumps.
I can't tell you how many fucking shins I saw destroyed.
Box jumps are a scam. They turn confident men into limp influencers in 1 bad rep.
People trying to pull. To be able to do that in the middle of a fucking match was a totally different deal because you're fucking winded.
Winded plus athletic stunt is the recipe for injury content. The algorithm loves bloodless pain.
Like when you see Batista or Goldberg or Anderson walking up to the apron.
Wrestling logic is undefeated. Big dude jumps, brain says that shouldn't happen, dopamine spikes.
And this big hulking beast just fucking gets down and jumps up. You're like, oh. It's like seeing like a gorilla.
Yes, it is scary athletic, like a refrigerator doing ballet. Your brain cannot process it.
It's like seeing a big animal do something that you're not expecting to do.
So the cat gets fucking bent out of shape.
Cats are tiny landlords. They enforce boundaries violently, then act like you inconvenience them.
The lady starts fucking whooping her ass, right?
What?
Yeah, I mean, fucking beating on her good. Like, holy, she's freaking out. Gets a hold of this motherfucker by the neck.
That cat said enough and became security. Meanwhile, I can't even confront my email inbox.
They pinned him on the fucking ground and held him there so the lady could get away. It was really fucking cool, man.
So he decided to share a video last week, an AI-generated video of the Lion King moment.
AI viral edits again? Here we go. Every guy with a tool thinks he's a filmmaker now.
And in the end of the video, the two characters that he had as monkeys were Barack and Michelle Obama. Like, nothing racial about that at all. Like, are you serious? Politics is just part of culture these days, man.
Culture is just politics in different outfits. Even memes got HR departments now.
It really is. You can't look anywhere without it being somewhat political for some reason. We now live in a world where you get branded by what kind of music you like, with what political stance you sit on. You're like, yeah, I got this tool. Let's go open up this cold case and see what we can discover. I'm reluctant to.
What though?
Well, just the way the crime scene was set. There's questions whether he, it looked like more of a homicide, less so, some of the questions were, the way the crime scene was set, that he could not have shot himself.
Can you imagine if you're a guy, you did a bunch of fucked up shit and thought you got away with it. And then you see this Cobain thing and like, oh fuck, they're reopening fucking cases. And I've got a bunch of shit hanging in my fucking closet, a bunch of skeletons in it that I thought were gone.
One of the things that 50 Cent did to Ja Rule years ago was that he bought up the entire front rows of his concerts that nobody can sit in the seats, because he's like, I'm going to piss off
the fucking idiots that really get fucking mad at each other. And the thing is that people fucking fall for this shit every fucking time.
Because rage is easy. Thinking is cardio. Most people skip cardio.
Look at the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather thing, eh? Like the money that thing made, like that money that event made. The mom who flew to Colombia to hack her own DNA. Coming up in a minute, Johnny. We got Elizabeth Parrish joining us here in the lab. Kurt's death was a homicide, 1,000%. Well, like they've opened up the case. We'll see what happens with that one. The mom who flew to Colombia to hack her own DNA.
Hacking DNA is nuts. I cannot even hack my screen time. I am losing to TikTok.
Not for cosmetic reasons, not because she was sick, but because she decided that aging itself is a disease, and she was going to be the guinea pig to prove it.
My husband read it in Wired magazine.
Imagine trusting Wired more than your doctor. Babe, the magazine said I should live forever.
And that's when we decided to have the conversation. He's a pretty patient guy.
So
yeah, you're pretty much done. They can stay short for a while. It's called cellular senescence, but it's why we look and feel old.
Cellular senescence sounds like my cells quietly quitting. Nah, we are tired, boss.
And it's why we get the end-stage diseases that we then die of, and things like cancer. So not only could it extend healthy lifespan, it might make us radiation resistant for space travel.
So think of it. You ever see the diagram where you got the DNA strands, got all the circular shit?
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, granted, the way we live our lives, we fuck ourselves up almost from the jump. The way we eat, the lack of sleep.
So when those telomeres get short, basically end-stage diseases set in.
Telomeres are like your phone battery. Once it tanks, everything gets weird and expensive.
So you go through this therapy and you actually can see your telomeres growing again?
Imagine your body gets a battery upgrade. I'd pay for that before I pay for streaming.
This last time, I did it at 10, and I was like, holy shit.
When a man says holy shit at 6 a.m., you know it either works or it's a scam.
There's a fucking big difference there.
Numbers can be distracting. Numbers can be a major distraction.
Numbers are a drug. You'll chase a score while your actual life is buffering.
They can be nothing but noise and not a signal.
I have got to say, I am 100,000% behind what Liz is saying about numbers, because we're not talking about the average person getting fucking distracted by a watch on their wrist. We're talking about high-level people that need a fucking bitty little metric to understand what they're doing. Listen, all you idiots out there, just stop fucking counting shit that doesn't matter.
Say it louder for the dudes tracking steps while their marriage is on low battery.
Well, I mean, the number one thing, and there are probably people out there that would resonate with this, is just the lack of limitation, the lack of aches and pains.
No aches and pains? That is a fantasy genre. My knees are currently writing fan fiction.
The lack of ability to do the things that I did when I was younger, you know? Carrying your groceries, being able to run farther, to be able to lift more without as much pain the next day. Right now, the therapies are quite cost prohibitive. We work with licensing partners that work outside the US, And therefore, we're able to deliver gene therapies at a fraction of the cost of U.S. costs. Well, U.S. approved gene therapies run from $2 to $7 million.
The next thing you know, it's coming from, I'm going to turn into somebody else because really it's someone else's shit running through me.
Otherwise, have your stem cells rejuvenated, reset to a young biological age and put back in your body. That then they will implant and they will start regenerating your body long term. Yeah, and these are, I mean, a lot of people look at this technology and say, is this playing God?
Playing God? Bro, humans already play dumb daily. At least this is ambitious dumb.
I mean, they don't really take into their mind what open heart surgery is. It's if we can start to, just by an IV injection, infuse you with genes that keep you from having to have your chest opened up and veins moved around your body or pig heart valves put in your body, this is really beautiful medicine. So
we
there's
use like
something going
80%,
on.
we're 5% of the population, we use 80% of the pills.
What the future human probably looks like is a lot of upregulation of regeneration.
I got to ask the tough question, and that's what I'm paid the big bucks to ask.
Sure.
Listen, critics would say that you're running an operation for the mega rich people to get on the airplanes, to fly off to international waters, to go and reach into their deep pockets to chase the unproven eternal youth.
And we're the only company in the world not only to offer these therapies, but to get nonprofits behind us and get people treated for free.
That means they have to get their fat asses off the couch, put the Cheetos down, and actually fill out a form on the internet, which will never happen.
You're awesome, man. Liz, don't call me Cheryl Parrish. I'm loving this, dude. Johnny, I'm loving this, man. I'm looking at the clock and I'm itching. I got a million questions and I'm like, I don't know where to go, but I got to go with this one for you. Johnny.
Sun-dried tomatoes on pizza are fucking nails.
I have had a couple offers recently to be part of acquisitions of IPO type companies and companies that are already public. And it's pretty, I'm not sure. You guys, it's only 6 o'clock in the morning here. I don't schedule anything till 9 a.m.
I joke with John because you got these 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds talking about living long. I'm like, dude, you haven't even lived anything. So how can you be promoting longevity?
This is the future of extended lifespan and health span. And so, they typically talk about diet and exercise. That's great. That'll only get you so far. Do not buy that's going to make an outlived person.
It's just the foundation for all this other shit to work.
But we are creating in Switzerland the first pipeline to a patient's own cells, putting type 1 diabetes in remission. And it took all of these years to find the right doctors, the right research centers, and the GMP facilities that believed in me. It's true. It's evident. We are slowing and reversing aging in animals all the time. We need to do it in humans. Science was made for humans. It was made for people, especially people who are sick. Just posted one this morning that will change your life. Do we just show him that we give up and we just bake cookies and take insulin, or do we go do something to change the world?
We've got a huge fucking problem with people hiding behind the I can'ts, hiding behind, they don't believe that they can do shit, hiding behind their victims. Are you one of these people who's adapted this victim mentality because it's been such a massive movement post-COVID? If you're one of those people, you are missing out on life. So drop the shit.
We should be talking about gene therapy. We should go looking at gene therapy. I'm curious about this. I was raised in the Western medicine world. So, I'm trying to undo all these beliefs that I was taught. And I'm not suggesting that I'm not open to them.
Well, you got to kind of become one with what you're doing. I heard this works fucking great, because what you see in the front, what you see, say, after year 1 versus year 10, right? There's a big fucking difference. But the flip side is you're still trying to figure out, okay, how does this really work? Like, I need to have enough of an idea of the mechanism. As soon as the profitability came in, all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, now what is it? Where's it coming from? How do we know it's good? That's why I had to kind of pull away. Fucking hundreds of millions of these things.
I don't want to have somebody else's dumb shit put into me because I become them.
It would come like massive difference up front. but then it would all kind of fall apart again. So the question you have to ask yourself is, did I fuck myself up too bad that the body won't heal itself? You get fucking sick and you get fucking better in 99% of the cases.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You go to the fucking doctor and he tells you, go home and fucking rest.
You got to do a lot to kill the body. And then we saw that guy jump off the fucking building onto that thing yesterday.
If we were programmed, hey, you know, most cases you're not going to need the doctor, where would Big Pharma be now? The people that actually are committed to taking care of themselves are going to lean towards Liz. The people that don't want to take care of themselves are going to keep fucking taking the pills. I mean, look at the highly successful people. Do they fucking drink? No. Do they do drugs? No. They fucking do things to constantly better themselves in every way that they can. Go to the fucking doctor, get a fucking scan, go get a blood test.
I think that needs to be on a t-shirt somewhere.
So there's this, Keith sucks a little more every day.
Well, Anderson. So on February of 1976, do you guys remember the $6 million man, John Anderson?
And listen, when they got me riding a fucking elephant, they got a fucking switch in my hand like I'm getting ready to fucking race a horse. What is wrong with these people? You don't fucking hit an elephant with a switch, for God's sake.
I saw the comment from Dwayne is like, Cheryl rocked. I see the content from our team. You rocked.
Canada, geese in Canada, Canadian geese.
Oh, you guys, I got to tell you. Did you learn something from Dwayne that you didn't learn before the show?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
I wasn't right. That's not the reason why he's a people pleaser.
So I giggle because you and Dwayne did the show together today. So our guest, Liz. So I'm going to paraphrase it, but one day she gets up, gets on an airplane, goes down to Colombia for some experimental gene therapy, doesn't tell her husband or her kids until she gets back. It's the opposite approach to teach our kids that we can't do nothing about it. We're going to go bake cookies in the kitchen and do kumbaya. She goes, no, I want to teach kids that we can go and change the world by doing stuff. Hey, listen, I have a wonderful monologue, and John kept saying to me, no, you get to. And it really reframed me as, wow, I get to do some really cool things. And I really lean into gratitude. And it's such an incredible reframing of a mindset, isn't it, Cheryl? I know it sounds so fluffy, but it's fucking powerful. They have opened up the Kurt Cobain case. Maybe it's murder. Maybe it's not murder. Maybe there's new tools that weren't available 20 years ago, which encouraged folks to look into it. So fascinating to me that we're actually having this conversation so many years later after the young man passed of alleged suicide, but now some are suggesting it wasn't. I get to, not I have to, not that I need to, and not I'm stuck with. I get to. And if you're new here, the one phrase is basically the quickest way to understand who I am. And listen, I get to be the guy who learned early that you can be fine on the outside and still be negotiating a war. Fuck, it happens daily inside your head. Hungry to prove that I mattered. Hungry to prove that I was enough. I get to be the guy who grew up selling copiers for Xerox, who sold cell phones with Rogers Cantel. I get to be the guy who worked normal jobs while carrying abnormal, or some would say overachieving, ambition. The lie of social media. The lie that reaches equal influence, that attention equals impact, that numbers equal meaning. No. Building ends when you stop caring. And I get to be someone who's made money and still had to learn, and I still learn today, how to be happy. And if that sentence hits you in the chest, good. Because it means you're awake. Vision is construction in the dark. It's betting on a future while everyone else demands proof in the present. And if you're looking here for a safe, little motivated quote, you're also in the wrong room. And if you're here to stay asleep, hit snooze on your life and call it balance, you continue to be in the wrong room. But if you're here because something inside you is tired of drifting, and if you're here because you're done successful, if you never let your brain get bored, you're never going to want to create. Discipline is supposed to create and build autonomy. And if your system makes you anxious without it, well, then you actually haven't created discipline. Think about it. Think about that for a second. What you've actually created, let me clear my throat. You've created dependence. That's not discipline. If we constantly complain, we're constantly going to feel like we're complaining, because then the brain gets faster at spotting problems and complaints and risks. The way you talk about problems teaches your brain how hard life feels.
Yeah, your mouth is the steering wheel. Turn it right. Full show starts in a bit. Don't drift. You hit 40 and suddenly feel like the spare part.
That's cute!
It ends now.
You're not replaceable, you're negotiable. Stop bargaining with comfort. We'll show you how to become useful and energized again.
Relevance isn't vibes, it's proof. You'll look back at 30 and laugh.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Boo, boo, boo. Woo, for shizzle whizzle. Hey, nation. Hey, there are two ways midlife shows up. Yeah. One looks like Snoop Dogg and Milan. Yeah, laughing, moving, connecting, smoking. Magnetic at 50, baby. The other looks like the guy in a VIP box getting booed because the room has already decided that that guy's out of touch. And then there's the third guy laying on the couch. Big belly, just sitting back there hanging over the gut. Yeah. Hey, today we're going to break it down exactly why one man gets embraced and the other guy gets rejected. And what that means for you as a husband, a leader, and a dad who still wants to be in the game. Hey, but first, let's get the drum rolls, please, because we never know who's watching. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, your live morning show built for all of you who don't want to drift into the background. Hey, we do real talk. We bring motivating content. We have entertaining conversations you will not find anywhere else. No, hey, today we're going to pull apart a cultural myth. And yeah, we're going to replace it with something stronger. 50. Hey, baby, 50. Or maybe as Anderson would say, 54 is the new 30. If you stay useful, curious, and in motion. So to all my 30-year-old friends joining the show today, stick around. We're going to tell you what's coming. Yes, baby. And hey, February 12th, if you've been hitting snooze every single morning since January 1st, oh, baby, you just keep falling 9 minutes behind every single day. Yeah, 387 minutes today. 387 minutes behind the guy who has not been hitting snooze. Think about that. Think about that. So do the math. Just do the math. Stop giving into the little button. Think about how that little button's just changing your life, or just that little orange slider on your cell phone. Yeah, cell phone, mobile phone. Yeah, hey, there you go. And hey, I got an invitation for you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the comment. Where are you joining me from today? Come say hi in the comments. I got Kindness Rising out there. We got Sully out there. We got Matt Roof out there. And I know we got the man named Good Time out there as well. And hey, guys, if you are listening, this is an R-rated experience, sometimes becomes X-rated. And hey, guys, heads up. I invite you to check into the Mornings in the Lab app. Yes, morningsinthelab.live. We'll get you in, check in, show your proof. Show me you're up. Show me you're awake. Sullivan, you beat me to it this morning. True story. I grabbed the coffee, was sitting down, having my coffee, getting ready for the day. And I was like, holy shit, I haven't checked in yet. I look in there, Sully there before me. I'm like, oh, man. Sully, you beat me, brother. You beat me in. You checked in today, showing your proof. My streak's at 2. Your streak's at 2. What is your streak at, Matt Roof? What is your streak at, Jimmy Barleo? What is your streak at, Good Time? And what is your streak at, Adam Holroyd? I'm at 2. And I know you guys can be 2 as well. Yes, you are, Roofy. Hey, Morning Loop, current conversations. What every man needs to know. Hey, Gen X moment yesterday, guys. Gen X moment yesterday. And I'm going to attempt to do something, not to make light of it, but just to have some love with it. I don't want to wait. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah. Dawson's Creek. James Vanderbeek. We lost him yesterday, 48 years old. And we're going to talk about it coming up. Colorectal cancer is affecting young men more than ever. Petro, I see you streaking too, buddy. I see you out there. I appreciate that, Petro. I appreciate the streak. But yes, colorectal cancer is affecting more people than ever. And we're talking about it. We're going to create some awareness for all of us men, guys. And I got to be honest. We grew up with these people. And I was a Dawson's Creek guy. And all of a sudden, there's Dawson, there's Pacey. And I know and I'm going to a funeral today. It's just one of those days, So, hey, other current conversations we are going to get into this morning. Yes, the UK Biobank study links. Hey, it's why we're talking about Snoop today. Cannabis use to younger looking. Yes, people are like, Keith, how do you look so young? Keith, why are you so smart?
It's because I crush the cannabis. I love the cannabis. I'm a big fan of the cannabis. All you guys think it's bad, you're all wrong. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, ChatGPT is adding optional contact syncing to suggest friends. So all you guys using ChatGPT, you don't even know it. They're just connecting your friends. You're like, hey, how did Matt Roof get into my friends? Well, it connected you. Yeah, true story. Hey, Google expands results about you. This was a good one, guys. You guys need to know about this one we're talking about today. Yes, and hey, a Stanford study suggesting you can regrow knee cartilage. And I found another study, I don't have it on the table today, you can regrow ear cartilage. Hey, we're just regrowing ourselves. And after our conversation yesterday with Liz, don't call me Cheryl Parrish, Yes, talking about knee cartilage and regrowing, it could be fun. Coming up in the Curiosity Cash. The Curiosity Don't Call Me Cache. Curiosity Cash today. Center stage is on hold till tomorrow. Yes, we are going to tease a few things. I got some things on the table that we've been sitting around for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a curious dude, and I know you guys are curious dudes as well. I know Good Time's curious, so is Petro, so is Maddie. So we're going to put them on the table, have some fun, and talk about them. So just kind of a loose smackering of, this, and this, and this, and this. And hey, if there's time, we might even touch on, wow, I got a bunch of good things, which are pretty cool. So I'm not even going to tease them. We're just going to stick around for it. And hey, the Snoop Dogg Effect in hour 2, why 50 is the new 30. Yes, the Olympics are on right now. Big Team Canada game today, Roofy, and Big Team USA game today. These daytime games are, well, I guess they're good for those that's working at home, but it's just, I don't know. It's and then you put these things on at night, and you're like, oh my God, it already happened. It's just an interesting kind of situation happening with the Olympics. But hey, coming up in the deeper dive, we're gonna keep going here. And the morning focus, I am not here to meet the bar. Nope, we are not here to meet the bar. We are here to set it. We're going to talk about authenticity, keyword, about not performing for approval, but operating at a standard that makes every moment count. Because you never know who is watching. So if you're tired of feeling like you're just trying to keep up, because maybe you're hitting that snooze button, well, hey, today's show is going to be just for you. Because grab the coffee, settle in, nation, because, hey, the morning loop starts right now.
They said 50 is the new 30. The chief smiled like it was a medical diagnosis.
The big dog heard it and started stretching his hoodie. He called it pregame, but it was just optimism.
If 50 is the new 30, show it in your sleep. The chief count new 30 on 4 hours.
The big dog keeps saying, I'm basically 30. Then he groans, tying his shoes. That math isn't mathing.
The chief is here. The big dog is coming. Watch how 50 looks when you stop negotiating with comfort.
I see your comments there, Maddie. Yeah, USA versus Latvia, Canada versus Czech. And dude, Roofy. All right. I guess we're going to get into it right now before Anderson gets here. Hey, guys. Jimmy, I know we got a morning short there that might lean into what Roofy's talking about, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess I need to talk about it. Yes, my Canadian girls lost 2 nights ago to Team USA. Big women's hockey game. Massive women's hockey game. And I know Roofy feels the same about this as I do. I love women's hockey. It is exceptional. It needs actually more awareness. Petro, do you like women's hockey? It's awesome, man. Oh my God, is it ever awesome. So Frankie and Tommy had something to say about the women's hockey game a couple days ago. Jimmy, what did they have to say?
You think 5-0 is just a bad day? Wrong. That score is a forensic audit of your culture. You got exposed because you got comfortable.
Canada looked like they were waiting for room service on the blue line. I've seen more urgency at the DMV. You nap, you lose.
They were eating pizza in the lab, grease on the equipment.
Pepperoni everywhere. You don't respect the process kills you.
Team USA didn't play a game, they executed a standard. Relentless violence, zero comfort. They smelled weakness and feasted.
Comfort is the silent killer. It creeps in when you think you're good. Next thing you know, you're buried under 5 goals.
Dominance is never an accident. It is a choice. And the rent is due every single day. Canada missed a payment.
Stop getting comfortable. Wake up!
Mornings in the Lab, 8 a.m. EST on YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Subscribe for more.
Yes, I know, Frankie and Tommy. So this is the funny thing, Roofy, eh? I mean, guys, I'm sorry I'm talking to Roofy right now. And I know probably Petro too. What's shaking, Jay? What's going on, buddy? So what I find striking is that the rumblings coming out of the Team Canada locker room. Yeah, there was pizza in the locker room. You're like, what? Oh no, they're eating pizza. And it was so good. So good. To anybody that's new to the Olympics or is curious about it, watch women's hockey, man. Men's hockey is one thing, but women's hockey is something everything else altogether. So check it out, guys. All right, speaking of checking out, I'm excited, Jimmy. I'm really excited to check out the way that Anderson's showing up in the lab today.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do, yeah. I love how they got me jumping off shit.
Yeah, Wes, especially as for our conversation yesterday. Hey, I don't expect you to see the shit they make for me. They have me carrying a ladder. So when I get into the big trucks, I got a ladder with me. So, hey, I don't know if I'd prefer jumping out or getting a ladder, but we're having some fun with it. That's for sure. Speaking of fun.
The Campbell was a hard one to beat. That was good.
Oh, the camel was a hard one to beat. Yeah. It's funny. I was having coffee with Whitaker yesterday and she says, how tall's John? I go, well, John, you're 6'3", aren't you? You're 6'3", right?
Yeah, right. I mean, when I was competing in strength,
yeah,
I claimed 6 because there's not many under 6, but realistically, I'm just a fucking skosh under.
Yeah. So she's like, oh my God, John's that tall. I go, yeah, he's a big man. She goes, oh my God, he's big. She goes, how tall are you? She goes, you come across as big. I go, dude, I'm a little man. I'm like on Benny Hill. I'm the guy on, remember Benny Hill, John? I'm the guy on Benny Hill where you guys are all walking around going, tick, 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 on the little guy's head. So we were having some laughter because Cheryl.
You got Cheryl fooled. You come across as big.
Well, that's what I said to her.
Now I got to know what her husband looks like. He must be a little son. He must be a little.
So listen, Dwayne was on Cheryl's show. As a matter of fact, I knocked on Dwayne's door this morning. I said, hey, if you got some time, why don't you come grab a coffee with myself and John? Dude, he's had an interesting career. He did his service in the military. He protected like presidents and important people for a long time and doing some really important shit. And what made me curious, I was listening to him talk to Cheryl yesterday, and here's a question kind of for you, Anderson, right? Like, so you have your values and the guy over there you're protecting has his values. Like, how do you put yours aside to protect that guy, especially when we're human? It makes kind of curious to me, right? Because you might not,
you have to decide, I'm here to do this job.
Yeah.
It's like when, going from true competition and pro strongman, right?
Yeah.
Into fucking, I call it paycheck wrestling.
Yeah.
You have to literally, it's like sometimes they call it doing the job. You got to do the job. Means you got to let some fucking, they're setting something up. You got to let some fucking pathetic bastard beat you.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. They call the G1 terms the biggest one in New Japan. Every TV match.
Yeah.
They had me in the bracket I was in. It looked like I was just going to fucking walk through it because they truly set it up like a tournament. You could see those two. You could see the two brackets come together for the final.
Okay. Yeah.
Looked like I was going to just mop through my part of my side of the bracket, and I just started fucking losing, dude. I went on like a 4 or 5 match losing streak, and I finally went to the bookers, and I'm like, "What's happening?" He goes, "Don't worry." He goes, "You come back big." So what I did is I come back and I beat the two guys that were expected to win were both in my bracket, and I beat them both.
Yeah,
I totally upset the tournament. But the point is, nobody remembers the 5 I lost. They just remember the 2 matches that were like, fuck, can you believe this shit?
Yes.
You gotta do the job.
Interesting. You know what's fascinating, John, as we continue to hang out and get to know and just spend time together, we always, because I have interest in it, you worked in it. It's the wrestling industry. There's so many metaphors of that in real life. One of them in particular, what you just said, right? It's teaching men how to remove ego and put ego aside. Because let's face it, that industry is all ego. But yet, you and I might be doing a match, and it's like it's Keith's turn to lose. Well, I got to find a way to put my ego on the shelf because, to your point, to do the job. And in a world of ego, that industry, man, the metaphors and just the analogies around ego and putting ego aside and managing ego, those that are good at it win. Really, basically rise, right? Those that are good at it rise, and that's like real life, dude. It's like real life.
So ego is great. Like, yes, I can kick your ass. Yes, When you get into the top,
yes,
right, ego becomes, you have to start understanding the new pecking order of ego.
Oh yeah.
Ego, I'll kick your ass. Ego, I can beat you in the weight. This doesn't mean shit because the guy that's fucking at the top of the fucking food chain, like the owner of the company, the bookers.
Yeah.
They are 100% in control. And now the pecking order and the ego is based around money.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who can bring money in?
Well, not only that, it's like for example, there was no ego bigger than McMahon.
Of course.
He was a billionaire.
Yeah.
And he would literally, and you'd hear about this all the time.
Yeah.
he would fucking waste millions of dollars just to fucking prove he was right.
Yes, I've heard that too. Yeah. Good morning, Spartacus.
If you think that you're going to fucking have an ego against something like this, so you got to understand, if you want to get where you want to go, once you enter that realm, you got to fucking check all this shit. You got to understand your landscape and realize real quick, okay, I need that. When it's time to sit down, when he says sit, I just need to do it and shut the fuck up. You know
what I'm taking from you right now, because I have I'll be cryptic. You can read between the lines as per our text. I've found myself in a circle of people that I'm like, oh, okay, there's this kind of circle of people. And I'm listening to what you're saying, because sometimes you got to do a job. Sometimes you have to listen, and sometimes you have to, so I hear exactly what you're getting at. Like, I mean, I hear exactly what you're getting at, right? Yeah. I see you nodding there too.
Yeah. And it's because it's, when it comes down to it, to be successful in any business, there's so many different layers to the fucking landscape.
Yes.
And if you think that you're just going to, whatever got you started got you to the first level, great. But if you're not ready to pivot to move into the next layer and pivot to move into the next layer, it's just doing this the whole time.
It's true.
You're done. You're not going to be successful. I don't give a shit what we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. Good morning, Holroyd. I see you there. Yeah, so I was able to check in with my photo this morning, so maybe there was a blip there, but I'll check with our dev team. And you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Johnny, I don't think you know what I'm talking about either, but on the Mornings in the Lab app now, we can check in. People can check in and show they're awake and show their proof and be accountable, free. You just open up the app, you click a button, you can either take your own picture or generate an AI one, and it creates a streak. It shows you've checked in with us, and it's a way to create, Johnny, free accountability, because guess what? Billis and Anderson are here anyways. So guys, get up, come hang out with us, check into the show.
Does it have some sort of a filter to keep the fucking weirdos from sending in dick pics and shit like that?
Yeah,
I'm awake. Here's my morning wood. No morning wood pictures, people.
It's called the John Anderson Wood.
Fireman's cap on that thing, tucked in your pants. We don't want to see that thing.
Hey, I'm pivoting. So I do not expect, you don't strike me as a Dawson's Creek guy, but do you remember the show Dawson's Creek at all?
I remember the name, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
Yeah. So, we are of the Gen X demo, and yesterday, the world, the entertainment community lost a man, the lead character in that. James Vanderbeek passed at 48 from colorectal cancer. Let's set it up, guys, so we can keep the John to talk about it.
Dawson died at 48. That's not Hollywood. That's your age bracket. Pay attention.
Colon cancer is rising under 55. Screening starts at 45 for average risk. If you're 35 plus, plan it.
No symptoms isn't safety. No family history. Book the doctor chat. Waiting isn't toughness.
So some things struck me.
I just gotta say, I love it when my gay brothers pretend to be tough. They like Preston and Sterling. Yeah. We know they're out of the closet, and then they try to be tough. I love
it. So Spartacus, I appreciate you saying that, because this struck me. I was getting ready for the show today, John, and So I remember, we both grew up together, and I didn't hear much about this growing up, like colorectal cancer and so forth. But get this, dude. People under 55 rose from 11% to 20% from 1995 to 2019. More and more people are being diagnosed for it, and there's no suggestions as to why, but we're fine. And we both know, I guess it's probably lifestyle. I'm gonna suspect
U.S. cases and people under 55.
What stupid shit you're putting down your throat, which now your colon's got to deal with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right, eh? Not to 75. That's really what it is.
If you're drinking fucking rat poison, in an extreme case, something's gonna fucking break on the way down.
Yeah. So the man survived by his wife Kimberly and 6 children. So the 6 children is kind of tugs on the heartstrings, right? So it's
sometimes I don't know anything about this gentleman, but he may have lived the life he was supposed to and just got the fucking straw. But generally speaking, this stuff is all kind of self-induced, and just people don't know they're inducing it on themselves.
You know what? I believe he was diagnosed at a younger age, and I just from a distance followed his purpose, and his purpose was really being a dad, and it was actually quite inspiring. So when I saw it happen, I wanted to share with it, because it just creates awareness for all of us as men and women, any of us, that hey, to your point, John, right?
I recognize it now.
Yeah. All right, we get some other stuff on the table here this morning. The cannabis use linking to younger looking brain patterns. Johnny, it's why I'm so fucking smart, man. Sterling and Preston, let's set it up.
Don't get excited. This isn't smoke and get smarter. UK Biobank, 25,000 adults, MRIs.
Users scored a bit higher on memory and attention, but it's observational, not proof. Lifestyle stuff can explain it.
No dosage detail, no THC versus CBD breakdown. Monitor says timing matters, and this data is adults, not teens.
Yeah, so there you go. We apparently, I just got to get... I could get some notes up here. So 25 to 30,000 adults aged roughly 40 to 77 looked at cannabis use, MRI brain scans, and they focused on brain's region and CB1 receptors. And the findings were many brain areas that are important for thinking and memory were on average slightly larger. Johnny, it explains why I'm so fucking brilliant, man. I'm just telling you.
I'll tell you, when keep in mind, everybody's different. Everybody responds different to this.
Yes.
When I smoke this shit,
I know.
Whatever, smoke it, ingest it, whatever. There's so many different ways to do it now.
Yes.
There's no question my fucking brain goes in overdrive. Just not an overdrive in my productive, normal manner. So it's like, holy Christ. So clearly the brain is stimulated. It's just the part for me that doesn't help me move ahead. I think when it comes down to it, I think the big for younger people, at least from what I saw, it just seemed like it was this idea of smoke some weed and do nothing. And that's what fucked it up, because it was like the idea behind, even before you smoked it, you were going to sit on the couch and do nothing.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's face it, Johnny, we grew up in the Cheech and Chong era. And let's face it, cannabis back then was weed and Cheech and Chong. Right. So we weren't calling it cannabis. And I've worked really hard since it's been legal in Canada to change the word from pot to cannabis. Right. I don't even like marijuana. It just seems like kind of old thing shit. But you're right, man. Cheech and Chong sitting on the couch, fucking eating pizza and drinking.
Where did the word pot come from?
I don't know. Right.
Pot. I mean, what that fucking word pot?
You know what? Hey,
I'm sitting on the pot.
Yeah,
right? I'm gonna smoke some pot. This word gets passed around like it's like a fucking cheese dip. You can put anything in it, you know what I mean?
Which is a Spanish slang that later turned into patiguay, that later turned into pot, and then the Americans took it and made it their own. So basically, we've been smoking Spain for the last 100 years.
Oh, no shit. So Johnny, so we're talking some Bad Bunny here, man. Patigua. It started as patigua, a Spanish word.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
And it's funny. I love that. It's fun sometimes to take a word and go back in as deep as you can go.
Yes.
Like a lot of shit. Like one of the things that blew me away was diet. If you follow that one back, it's Latin. It has nothing to do with what you eat. It's how you choose to live your life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once I heard that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. We had somebody on the show, Anderson. We had somebody, I'm trying to speak my brain here. We had somebody who, the power of language and choosing words and the meaning of language, like you said, I know you're a very curious brain like I am, but just the origin of a word. Oh, I know what it was. I was talking to what the hell, if I was in the show, like a spelling bee expert, like a spelling person, like somebody who's expert in spelling. And he was talking to me about how they really lean into the origin of the word, like you just said, because that's how you can kind of perhaps learn how to spell it.
You create associations.
Yeah, I was good at spelling growing up. I was a good speller, and but he was saying that he often leaned into the Latin origins or the origins of the word, like you said, right?
Yeah. I was funny. I was actually a fairly decent speller because I was just memorizing shit.
Yeah.
But then it just didn't translate into the fucking reading for me.
Interesting. Well, so it's funny you say that. I was really good at spelling growing up, where I then struggled though. What's going on? Rain Tree Refuge. Yes, this guy does shoot spikes from his palms. That's John Anderson over there. What I did find, lost my train of thought. Too much cannabis smoking.
We're talking about spelling.
I know. The what I sucked at, Anderson, though, was I was good at spelling words, but I kind of sucked at I don't want to say grammar, but yeah, I guess grammar, like the sentences and where the period flew and where the comma flew and where all the extra integers and all the other stuff after the words. I did struggle with that. True story.
You know what I sucked at?
What?
Learning.
Yeah.
That was, man, the way they were teaching, the way they wanted me to learn just was not fucking computed with my brain, man.
It was not computing for your brain, eh? That's funny. Hey, so I got something fun.
Thank God, you know.
Yeah, no shit. I got something fun to talk about. I got the daily opinion coming up here, Jim, if you get this one ready. So I got 2 ads to show you. And this is fascinating to me, actually. So, and both based around the Super Bowl, and they're both about 20 years apart. And it's fascinating because back when we were growing up watching one ad, there's everybody going, wah, 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 wah. And then 20 years later, they're running this ad and everybody's going, wah. Perspective to it. So
I remember that ad.
No, I know you don't remember that ad, but
no, I remember the one. I remember the one you're showing.
Oh, the Cindy Crawford one. Yeah.
How did you, as a young boy, how did you not remember that ad?
Yeah, well, I know. Hey, hold the horses. Deck and Danny Dunbar, Johnny, 40 days sober today. Deccan Danny Dunbar, 40 days sober. Dude, that is, hold on, I got to do this for you, Decky. That's awesome news, man. I'm loving that. Yes. So Deck and Danny, I got an invitation for you, man. I got an invitation for you. Go to morningsinthelab.live and I invite you to check into the app. And then what I want you to do, Danny, is every single day when you get up, I want you to check into the app, come say hi to us on the show and get to 41, get to 42, get to 43.
That's right. Tell us you made it another day.
Yes, exactly, Danny.
Be accountable to us, brother.
Yes, Danny, and I know it has Danny. Dickon, I know it hasn't been easy, and Johnny has another. Johnny, share your story, man, from pill addiction, brother.
Oh fuck, yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just sometimes it's not even one day at a time. It's like I guess I can make it to the next minute.
Holy fuck, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Deccan, I want you, so seriously, dude, I know John does, the entire community wants you to be successful. So please, I'm imploring you, come check in. This is not a sales pitch at all. This doesn't cost you anything. I just want you to be successful. Check in, come back and see us tomorrow, please, because
this is going to cost you your addiction because we're going to manage that for you. So get in. Come on.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But back to that commercial, John. You're right, man. So growing up watching Cindy Crawford, I don't know how you could not want that.
By the time she got her hands on that can of Pepsi, you had a full-blown boner.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So there was everybody yipping about that one. And then this one drops this year. Serena Williams promoting her Roe GLP medicine. And the world's all in an uproar because why is this athlete who's supposed to be an athlete, who's supposed to do everything right, getting on stage, promoting a shortcut? I see your smile there. And everybody's like, oh, why is she doing that? So look at how advertising changed.
Fucking clueless is why. Every fucking high-level athlete is looking for a fucking edge.
Yes.
You know, and she's wicked high-level athlete.
Oh.
But even at the highest level, she still was she still battled a little bit of a weight issue.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, now she's not training like she was. She retires. She had a whole different fucking battle to fight. It wasn't championships anymore. It was managing something that had been managed by her rigorous training schedule her whole fucking life.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that she turned to a tool that could help her live a better quality of life is fucking called smart.
Well said. I agree with you. What I did find interesting though is that just to see how society has shifted from ads, So we got the one with the Coke and the Coke and Cindy Crawford. Let's just put that on the table. And then the other one is the weight loss drug and an athlete. And we both, when we were watching the Cindy Crawford stuff, society was like, oh, if I could just have a pill to lose all this weight. Well, hey, it's here now.
But the thing back in the Cindy Crawford days, food wasn't so fucked up. So we weren't as grossly fat and unhealthy as we are now.
Oh my God, isn't that true, Ed? It's interesting to hear you say that. So
you somehow see a graph of the level of health and obesity during Cindy Crawford, and then see it again with this one.
Yes.
The numbers would be staggering.
I saw some stuff this morning, RFK's, moving his messaging from vaccines to food. And I got to tell you, man, I do not give a shit what anybody thinks about politics. I am so glad there's somebody that's getting in front of a microphone and talking about real food instead of fucking box food. And again, who cares who he is? Who cares what his name is? There's somebody saying, go eat a fucking potato and a piece of meat instead of buying a box of food. Finally.
Man, if you hear, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard lots of different people talk about.
Yeah.
If you follow, like, autism is the first one that comes to mind. If you follow autism back in the timeline, it fucking blew up about the same time we started fucking doling out these goddamn vaccines.
Yeah. Well, be careful there, Mr. Conspirator. There's certainly a lot of questions around.
Well, I don't know. I let off with saying I don't know how true it is, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. But I'll tell you this: the human body wasn't fucking made to have all this fucking weirdo shit put in there. It's made to develop all this stuff on its fucking own. You're changing the trajectory of its like highly engineered fucking blueprint. You're changing that when you start dumping this shit into a fucking baby that's, months old.
Here's where I don't disagree with you, but so I struggle with this. Let's get into this a little bit because I'm kind of talking to Petro here a little bit. I want to believe science. I want to lean into science. I want science to be telling me that this is going to help me.
I agree with you, bro. But science that's based upon true help, not based upon making fucking money in 40 years after the fucking goddamn vaccine.
Well, and that to me is where I get as my knowledge increases and as my curiosity increases. That is what I get frustrated with.
Well, let's look at us. They call it the Centurion civilizations, where all these bastards live over 100.
Yes. Yeah.
How many fucking vaccines these son of a bitches get when they're young?
Well, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. Like I said, it's one of those things, especially as we're getting older, which is, man, like, fuck, was I just one of the whip boys over the years? I got jabbed at this and jabbed at that because that's just what you did, right? And it was, whatever. Growing up, because we both same age, we had the same vaccines growing up, my brother.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. Yes.
The body will fucking heal itself if you give it a fucking chance.
Well,
if you get to a point where you need some serious intervention, get it.
Yeah.
But don't fucking do it. Don't try to fix a fucking problem that doesn't exist.
So, and it's because I do not disagree with you. I hate to say this, but I don't spend a lot of time with the doctor. I don't take any medication.
Why do you hate to say that?
Well, because I guess I don't go for my regular checkups kind of thing, right? But let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But what I mean though is that my point though is that, like, I'm not rushing to grab Tylenol because I got a headache. I'm not doing like a fucking aspirin because I twisted my knee. Like I believe like you, like, because the doctor's just going to say, go home and have an Advil. Your body's going to be fine. Right. Because at the end of the day, you're right. The body's going to more than likely take care of itself. And again, I go back to Don Mann. I love bringing his name up. He taught me something. He's like, at the end of the day, you're probably not going to die. Your body's going to go to sleep, going to wake up. Like, yeah. Because you've always said your body is such a machine. Like, you got to do a lot to fucking kill it. Honestly,
your body's so resilient. How many checkups do you think the Centurion Nation's got?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way we're bred to think, dude. You're literally. I mean, I'll be honest. I get blood tests for me is to make sure that my aggressive natures are not fucking taking me too far off the fucking fairway.
Fair enough. I like that. Fair enough.
Of that, I don't fucking get these tubes stuck up my ass looking for fucking problems.
Yeah.
Because I live my life in a way that doesn't create those problems.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And I can appreciate that. And I agree with you, Melissa. Neiman dropping in here saying you can't believe all science. Well, and she's like, true story. I agree with that. And if there's anything after spending more time with Petro and, creating some friendships with Petro, I'm like, it's science is like a sport, Johnny. It's competitive. Right. And it's like, well, Petro's like, yeah, I got this study. And then John's like, well, I got this study. And I never really thought about it that way because then it's all linked to money at the end of the day, right? It's all the money.
Well,
right?
Who did the fucking study? And what's the purpose of the study?
What's the motive for Petro to get a study done to beat John? And then, right. And I'm just, and that's what, and then you involve a big media organization that's funded by this. Next thing you know, we're all eating 2 scoops of raisins and a box of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Really, when you think about it, right? It's one thing perpetuates itself, and next thing you know, society's doing something.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking pretty astounding when someone goes from eating the average American diet to eating whole real foods.
Yes.
The ripple effect of their health changes direction.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because eating the way that if you have the average American diet,
yes,
it's almost a guarantee you're going to have the average American disease.
Hard to argue. Hard to argue with that. And here's the thing too. I found a new study. Jimmy, get this one ready. I found a new study in the Lancet Digital Health found that AIs, like large language models, and here's where people need to be careful, right? And you know me, nerdy guy, I believe in this stuff, but I put this out here because we also have to watch for all the misinformation, and you have found this yourself. Jimmy, let's run this clip on medical misinformation, which sounds clinical.
Lancet Digital Health says AI repeats medical lies more when they sound clinical. It trusts doctor tone too easily. Mount Sinai tested at scale, 32% overall. Discharge notes hit 47%. Reddit voice drops to 9%. So the bypass is formatting.
They propose a stress test data set to catch regressions. Truth needs verification, not vibes.
So what does this mean, Johnny? So Mount Sinai researchers tested AI prompts at scale, and they found that misinformation belief around 32%, meaning that they were believing information incorrectly over a third of the time, which then means they spread it, right? So it's there's concern around large language models and AI because of it's one thing to have misinformation around political stuff, but it's a really bad thing to have misinformation around health stuff, right? And humans become trusting. They hear words that make them feel good. How many people do we know, John, in your circle and so forth, who are like, yeah, I Googled my results. No, now people are looking for the clinical results from ChatGPT, right?
Well, you got to remember too, chat is going to take the average of all the information it can find, which means that it's going to find information. Let's just pretend about diet. It's going to find information about the world being flat. It's going to factor that in.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so what the fuck, man? We're going to go back and we're going to take information that we know it's you know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. We have to, it's the person using fucking chat has to be smarter than just asking a fucking simple question. You have to zero it in. Like when we talk about finding latest information, it's like, hey, give us the latest, in the last 18 months.
Yeah.
Because the answer to that, and the answer to the same question over 10 years or 20 years are vastly different.
Well, and I love your approach too, Anderson, because stuff is moving so fast that 18 months even seems long. I'll share something with you which will blow you away.
Very correct. 18 months probably is that's too big of a window now. 6 months might be better.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. This will blow you away. So not to be nerdy, I found some data yesterday from Databricks. They're a company that manages and looks at data for applications that are built on the internet. 2 years ago, as little as 2 years ago, 87% of all applications on the internet were built by humans. Now, 97% built by AI agents.
Speaking of AI agents, what kind of crazy shit are these bastards on Reddit doing now? They started off stealing credit card numbers for pizzas. What are they doing now?
Well, they're doing crazy shit. Well, you know what we should do? We should add a segment.
The last thing you told me they got together and having like a gangbang. They were doing sexual thing.
They were doing.
What are they doing now?
I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's saying, tell me about your show. I go, well, first of all, it's R-rated. So just so you know that we might be talking about AI gangbangs. He's like, oh, his eyebrows are looking at me like, and he's like, is that the real humans talking or the AI talking? I go, well, sometimes it's a little bit of both. It was funny.
The lines get blurry here and there.
Well, and so it's funny because that's what he said. He's watching our stuff and he's like, so which one's the human? Which one's the real one? I go, well, I'm real. John's real, but those aren't real. He's like, really? Like the Sterling and Preston stuff? He's like, they're not real. I go, well, no, they're not real.
We have our AIs too.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. And I was like, watch John on the camel. He's like, that's not John. So what got him, you'll appreciate this. He starts doing the math on production value, eh? He's like, well, wait a minute. So you didn't have to buy the camel? Like, nope. Like, there's no parking lot for the camel to go. Nope. I'm obviously exaggerative points, right?
Somebody has to clean up the camel's dump.
Yeah. But it was funny talking to an entertainment executive around
Yeah.
You know, this new way of content we're creating and watching his brain be cycling through, well, here's how we've done it for the last 30 years. Wow, you're really teaching me how to do things in the next 30 years. And I'm like, well, yes, you don't need this, you don't need this. And Johnny, you can see the numbers in his eyes circulating to, oh, I see how the future is changing really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, I would have to say in the last, if we go back 12 months or whatever, AI has hit the fucking streets.
Oh,
we've had this warp speed of fucking change.
Yes. Yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing is that the change that's coming is faster than what's behind us.
Yes. So I read a great piece this morning over coffee. Denise, he's the CEO of Google DeepMind. He's one of the smartest dudes, Johnny. Would talk circles around you and I. He's talking about that the next 10, 15 years are going to kind of be this renaissance period of the world shifting. We're going to wake up in about 10, 15 years where it's a brand new world, a new golden era. And you think about it, right? It takes time for things to shift. Right. So he's talking around that time frame, which is that, we're going to take there's going to be a lot of uncomfortability, a lot of uncertainty while things resettle. But over the next, decade, his predictions are we're going to wake up in 10, 15 years the world's going to look very different than what it looks like today.
Well, I think that one of the biggest problems we're going to have is that there's going to be a massive part of our population of human beings that have fucking completely lost because the simple things that they once thought they were here for are taken from them.
Yes.
That guy that was the guy that found purpose in being a really good fucking, tow truck driver.
Yes.
Took pride in keeping his truck clean. All of a sudden, it's a fucking, the truck doesn't need him to drive it anymore.
Dude, you're nailing it, man.
And I do. I mean, holy shit, we have this. I mean, as if people aren't fucking pissed off enough already.
It's hard to not wonder if more people are ending up on the couch, Johnny? Because your point, no purpose, depression, eating processed foods, and it's. I think these are real potential challenges that society's not talking about. Nobody's talking about it. Like, think about it. If you're the tow truck guy, you don't got to get up anymore. And I'm listen. I'm going to make an unfortunate predisposed idea here, but if you're the tow truck guy, you might be the guy driving to the gas station for the Coca-Cola and the cigarettes too. Just calling it up, just making I'm judging a book by its cover. Well, if you don't have the reason to get in the truck, are you staying on the couch? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, is that just perpetuating itself?
Well, that normally the problems don't really get put into the forefront until there's a way to profit from them clearly.
Well, yeah, no shit.
So we've got a massive fucking brew here. It's going to be very curious how this whole thing's going to unfold all the way.
Yeah. Hey, Petro comes in and so back to our science conversation, Johnny. He says science that is actually bullshit is most often referred to as pseudoscience, but confused with real science. Things like alternative medicine with evidence is called medicine. Interesting. Things like alternative medicine with evidence is called medicine. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, let's just toss this tennis ball in the air for a second. So when we define medicine, and I'm being serious here, maybe I should ask Grok. Hey, Grok, when we define medicine,
what is medicine? Let's find out what that is.
How would we define medicine to give us as humans the confidence that it's, I guess, true? Like, what is medicine, Grok?
Because your food is medicine. Is that true?
Medicine is what kills the bug without killing you. Anything that promises to fix faster than your body can and needs a pharma patent, treat like a loan. Real medicine is either 1, ancient, 2, surgical, or 3, a plate of broccoli. Everything else is marketing wearing a stethoscope.
What was the third one? I didn't catch the third one.
Broccoli. And then she said everything else is broccoli.
Literally eating well.
Yeah, and then she said the third thing is what was it? The third thing was a plate of broccoli. Everything else is marketing wearing a stethoscope. And then Neiman comes in and says, medicine is simple. You'll like this. God created the Garden of Eden, not the Garden of Pharmacy. There you go, right? Like you think about that for a second, right?
Well, man, brother, that's going back to what I said. You eat the average American diet, you're going to get the average American disease. Now you're in the subscription model.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, moving from subscription model, I won last night. I was reflecting on our conversation with Liz. Don't call me Cheryl Parrish. I was fascinated by that yesterday. all the stuff you're doing with gene therapy and so forth. Well, listen, there's a Stanford study suggesting that you can regrow knee cartilage.
If your knees sound like popcorn, listen up. Stanford says they regrew cartilage in mice. That's wild. They blocked an enzyme called 15-PGDH. Old cartilage started acting young. Not a human trial yet. Human evidence is lab tissue, not your knee. Next is safety, dose, then trials. Still, this changes everything.
My father-in-law got his knee replaced over the winter here, and that's what made me think about this. Is that I think, John, I'm going to make a blanket statement here. I suspect that a lot of women have knee issues. It's a common thing, right? I'm thinking, no?
I mean, there's a lot of fucking knee replacements going on.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There seems to be a lot of knee replacements going on. So, I'm just going to make some assumptions here. Wrecking our body, too heavy, too laying around, maybe not moving, and as a result, we're having bad knees.
Well, think of it from a different perspective. Think about, the body is in need of certain nutrients, micronutrients, hydration. It was designed to be treated a certain way so it could regenerate.
Yes.
We treat our bodies in a way where its ability to regenerate is limited, so it degenerates much. It's going to degenerate one way or the next.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. So then I also found they're doing the same thing with ear cartilage. Now, I don't know why, I don't know people losing their ears, but ear cartilage, they're working on regrowing it as well. The knee cartilage I can see because people are, like I said, the knee replacement industry seems to be quite popular.
That tells me they're just having an easier time understanding the growth of cartilage with the ear, because that ear cartilage is going to be, some to some level different. It's not weight bearing.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Hey, here's something for the audience. I like to always give nuggets out there. We've all been Googling our whole lives for the last 30 years. And as John would say, defending John, if you're not doing nothing bad, you have nothing to hide. But sometimes there's Google stuff out there that we want Google not to know about us. They've expanded the results about you to cover government-issued IDs, which makes it easier for you to control sensitive information. Sterling, Preston, what's this one about?
Google's not just deleting links now. It's watching for your passport and driver's license. You enter the info once. Google alerts you when it appears so you can file removal before scammers copy it. They also improved reporting for non-consensual intimate images. Same idea, faster takedown and less repeat exposure.
Thought of you because I know you've had some challenges over time. So maybe this might be something to put on Ben's list. Just say, hey, Ben, let me check this out for me. And I'm just thinking aloud, maybe there's some shit that is affecting stuff for you, which is just, and I'm going to do it too this weekend, but I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm simply saying, hey, maybe there's some stuff that it's just a matter.
There's so much shit out there that's not me. It's fucking retarded. I mean, it's like I've been dealing with this for fucking ever.
Well, I know. That's why I was thinking, hey, Anderson might want to know about this because
it's crazy. It's like my team will find the last one. They found this. Actually, I was actually tipped off to it because one of my clients reached out and says, hey, ask me this question. I'm not following you. Can you explain it more? It's just following up on the conversation we had on Facebook. I'm like, whoa, we have a conversation on Facebook, dude. We do all our conversations in our community. He said, no, he fucking sent me a screenshot. I'm like, where did you get this?
Come on.
A screenshot of the fucking page.
Come on.
It's fucking me, but it's not me. It's pictures of me. So I report this fucking thing.
Yes.
Everybody in the team reported, nothing fucking happens. I mean, it's swear to Christ. It's like, I'm a fucking blue check. And I can't get some fucking imposter down.
The blue check mark might be the biggest fucking monetary scam on all the platforms, right? Because like you just said, which is, I'm verified. We got your money.
Well, I mean, I got the blue check before they charged for it. So I was a legitimate blue check.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. And that whole thing, they were just setting it up for everybody to pay is what they do.
Yeah. It's funny because when I first met you,
the point is it's like, okay, I could spend the rest of my fucking life chasing down these. And I realized, look, I guess it comes down to the fact that people are, they tap all the time. They'll take my posts and they'll market with them, I guess I just realized, okay, I've done something right if people are trying to fucking use my shit.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life fucking trying to chase these fuckers down. I told the team too. I said, ignore it. I said, just block the pages and let's just move on with what we do.
When I first met you, I'm hanging out with John Anderson Real. And then I said to you that one time, we were having a private chat one time when we were first kind of getting to know working together. You started laughing. You're like, Real? I'm like, yeah, well, it just says here. You're like, no, I'm not fucking John Anderson Real. Somebody gave me that name. And now I'm on Wikipedia as John Anderson Real.
It was Real came from, it was a marketing, a promotional piece. I don't remember who made it. It was a company, I believe. It was the way they're marketing me. It was called John Anderson Real is what it was called. Like real, like, you know what I mean? Like film reel, like talking old school.
Yes.
And somehow, because that was like a legitimate thing from a major company, that got taken as legitimacy, not recognizing it was just fucking slang marketing.
Oh man, that was funny, man. I'm like, oh, so John Anderson Real. And then I did my research. It's like, well, and let's face it, John Anderson is a common name, but yet Jon and the way you spell it is not. So it's just the way you connect all the dots together.
Well, that's what I think these fucking imposters did. They're smart enough to spell my name properly. Bingo. Gets people. Oh, well, it's got to be him. It's his picture.
That's interesting you say, because that's exactly it. And that's exactly it. Your name is perfect for exploitation because somebody's going through the effort to spell it correct, right? You're absolutely right. That's exactly it.
But there have been some of these dipshits that spell it wrong. Unbelievable.
That same gentleman I was talking with yesterday, Johnny, he's like, we were just talking about the business. He's like, so let me understand this. Like, you guys have like these AI cast characters? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so could we do this and this and this? I'm like, yeah, we do it every single day. He's like, what do you mean? I go, well, we have like this cast. We got like Sterling and Preston, and he's sitting back going, nobody's real. I go, no. He's like, really? And he goes, and you and John talk to them? I go, yeah. He's like in real time? I go, yeah. And John, to watch this fellow's eyes and the brain, because he's been from the entertainment industry for the last 20 years. And it was always been that, hey, imagine when we can do this. Imagine when this can happen. And I was talking these things with him yesterday, like, because you do this daily for granted, right? Sometimes you start taking your skills for granted. And he's looking at me like, so you mean you can do this, 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 and this? I'm like, yeah. I said I do it every single day in my sleep. He's like, whoa. So it's fascinating, man, it's just like no different than you being in the gym and learning a skill and taking it for granted, then somebody looking at you like you're something special when you're like, no, it's just what I do. You know what I mean by that?
Totally. It's because when you get good enough at something, it's normal to you, but it's like it's tip of their comprehension because it's
yes. Yeah, exactly. I got something funny for you, man. Check this one out. So last weekend, a dude invited a bunch of friends over to watch the Super Bowl. And instead of putting the real one on, he put the game on from 2014 with the Patriots and Seahawks. Nobody noticed. It just tells you that sometimes people who go to a party really aren't paying attention to what's on the screen. And he ran the game for the whole game.
Is that Brady playing?
Yes, that's the point.
How do you not fucking catch that, for Christ's sake?
That's the point, right? Which is, you're like, wait a minute. Like, that's the ultimate troll move, though, I think. You're playing the game from 12 years ago and you don't tell nobody. I thought it was pretty funny, man. When I was like, that's pretty epic, dude. That's an epic move to show.
You should. I mean, you would, at that 12 years, you could probably recognize the difference in production, too.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny, though, actually? I watched a little bit of it. And yes, but it's funny how much it hasn't changed, too. And what I mean by that is that we are so used to, as Americans, North Americans, watching a game produced a certain way, right? So whether it's hockey or football, the moment things change, people go, oh, they're changing the production. So it's funny because, yes, it's different, but so much of it is like, man, I really can't tell the difference. It's actually quite fascinating. Except, you're like, wait a minute, why is number 12 throwing the football when he's actually in the broadcast booth right now?
Yeah, I mean, the Brady being in there would be like a dead giveaway.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I believe it's Brian. Is it Brian Leslie tomorrow joining us? Melissa? I think Brian Leslie is joining us on the show here tomorrow, hanging out with myself and John. And, of course, BS or no BS, bullshit, no BS with Dr. John Petrocelli coming up tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to that one.
Is it Friday tomorrow? Holy shit.
It's Friday tomorrow, yes. Holroyd says, did the host start making bets on the results? He could have cleaned up. Yeah, no shit. If the host would have been putting bets on the table.
That would be fun. That would be so dirty.
That's a savage mood, right? That's
just that right there. I mean, if you were to do it and then tell everybody, give their money back, great. But I mean, holy shit.
Yes.
Can you imagine some poor bastard goes to a friend of a friend's house and gets smoked on some fucking scam like that?
Yeah.
It's crazy what people do for a few bucks.
Oh man. Yeah, I know. I think it's hilarious. Hey guys, if you haven't checked into the show, if you're just joining us, I invite you to go check out morningsinthelab.live. We got a live check-in on the show. It costs you nothing. You can join the show, check in, show your proof. And if you really want to, simple as this, if you want to achieve your goals in life, join us. Just come join the show, check in, show your proof. It'll make you feel good. It costs you nothing. You do it again the next day, you get a streak, and over time, I can assure you're going to achieve some great things just by simply getting up and moving. There's no rocket science to it, actually. And we've given you a tool to help you do that. And then, John, I'm working on that snooze alarm clock for an app that doesn't have a snooze in it. So it's an alarm clock, and if somebody doesn't hit the snooze button, they check in automatically. So it'll be built into the logic that the alarm goes off. If you don't get up right away, you lose your snooze, you lose your track. So, and again, we're not going to charge anything for that too. So working on that thing, which is kind of fun, like an alarm clock with no snooze button, because the snooze button's wrecking society. Hey, remember a few months ago, you were like, why the hell, if concrete worked that well back then, why aren't we using it again? I remember having the conversation with you, because if it worked back then, why isn't it now? Well, Roman concrete's immortal secret has been finally solved after 2,000 years. And I find this fascinating. I'm a curious soul. I know you are. So I got some curious stuff to put on the table. You look around the world, everything is fucking concrete. Everything, right? Yet things crumble down and rust apart and so forth. Well, researchers were studying Roman concrete found that there were not flaws, but a feature of hot mixing process where dry quick-lime was mixed directly. But what they did, the Roman builders, Johnny, here's my point here. What they did was they used a mix of volcanic ash.
Yeah, that's what made this stuff heal itself.
Yes. Fuck, how did you know that?
Come on, man.
All right, story's over. Anderson just answered it.
Well, because the crazy part is, it's like, we know this, but at the same time, we choose not to pursue the development of it.
Well, I was fascinated by it, to your point, though, because it was like, hey, volcanic water, and then especially with like seawater, it formed like this really hard material, and it made the concrete stronger with age instead of weaker. So I guess the question I ask, and maybe hey, Kai, Jimmy, Melissa, maybe we got to get a concrete expert on the show. Why don't they use this process today, or maybe they do just differently?
Because it's fucking expensive. That's why.
Ah, okay. There you go. Yeah, I guess as simple as that.
It all leads back to the dollar. Back in those days, when they're building that thing, you think they're worried about, they were just trying to build this great thing, not worried about the fucking cost.
Dude, there's been some incredible structures built in the world, eh? Like as I was working on this thing.
I mean, look at that thing. I mean, when they built that thing, holy Christ.
Yes. Yes. When Lauren and I climbed the Inca ruins there on the Inca Trail back in Peru a few years back. You just sit back and you look you look at these structures that these humans built so long ago, and it's so hard. You can't help but wonder how. You honestly, you just can't help.
That brings us to the fucking pyramids.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I mean, there's just, keep in mind, I don't have any theory beyond this.
Yeah.
I just have to think that those fuckers were made not by a bunch of fucking Egyptians fucking with ropes and fucking whatever other leverage tools they were working with. There's no fucking way. The way that they're just set. I mean, there's too many things that I just don't see would have gone to plan based upon what resources they had available to them.
It's fascinating. So do you suspect aliens built it?
Like I said, I don't have a thought beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then at that point now, it just opens up into a realm of like, holy shit. I feel pretty confident in my original thought, but after that, it gets so thin, I don't really feel like I have an opinion.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that.
It just, at that point, it's a guess.
Yes, absolutely. Holroyd says almost as good as having a great sports element. I got a Biff Tannen right there. Yeah, no shit with that. Back to that sports comment. All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Keith and John here on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to do a lifestyle tip reset hour 2. Come back, talk Snoop Dogg, and a bunch of curious topics on the table. Good Time says dinosaur. Yeah, no shit, dinosaurs. Hey, there's another Jurassic Park, I think, coming out actually. Oh no, there's a commercial with Jurassic Park. Just a good old formulaic movie. But hey, lifestyle tip, Anderson, reset hour 2 coming back to continue Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Today, not tomorrow, now, not later. This is a train of thought that you must adapt. Who convinced you that later is better than now? Why did you start to believe that tomorrow is more beneficial than today? Somewhere along the lines, you adapted this thought process. And unfortunately, it becomes this never-ending, it's this rhythm that you carry through your life that's holding, I mean, it really is holding you back. What you want is forward movement. What you need is action. And if you're waiting till later or waiting till tomorrow, you're putting off the very thing that you need to progress. If you're here watching this show, it's because you want something more. And I commend you for that. What I'm getting at is this. So many people, they have these different behavior patterns and thought processes that are reoccurring daily and sometimes multiple times per day. And it's these that are the biggest holdbacks. These are the biggest hurdles. These are the biggest roadblocks, because you don't have to wait until tomorrow to take the first step. When you learn to take the first step now, when you learn to take the first step today, it's going to change everything. But it all starts with you identifying that somehow, some way you've convinced yourself that later or tomorrow is better when it's really holding you back. So think about this. If you're one of these people who is constantly putting things off and constantly thinking that tomorrow and you don't get me wrong, I'm sure you believe that tomorrow's better than today. That's part of the problem. But as soon as you recognize that taking the first step today or now rather than later will truly set you free and get you what you want, you'll be forever changed. So ask yourself a question. Do you do shit right now? Or do you wait until later or tomorrow? Rock and roll.
All right. Good morning. If you're just joining us, welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. This is your live morning show for humans who want to start their day with momentum and positive energy. John just put it out there, guys. The key is to get moving. Get up and get moving. Hey, let's reset the room for all of you joining us who missed the first hour. Guys, where have you been? Where have you been for the first hour? Hey, we talked about the unfortunate demise of James Van Der Beek. Actor James Van Der Beek passed yesterday, best known as Dawson Leary in Dawson's Creek and for Varsity Blues. He died at 48 years old after battling colorectal cancer. As a Gen Xer, I remember watching that show, and we're just putting that topic on the table to create awareness for all of us that, guys, colorectal cancer is on the rise. So please go check out. Make sure you're doing fine. We got all of our thoughts with the Van Der Beek family. Hey, we got into Curiosity Cash, having some fun conversations. We talked about Roman concrete. Yes, we did. And coming up, I'm going to talk to John about what is a nebula sexual. Yeah. What's a nebula sexual? I got some fun stuff for the conversations. Nebula sexuals. I also got Melissa's like, you did not. No, I'm not striking as a Dawson's Creek kind of guy. Well, hey, I surprised you. I kind of liked. I didn't mind Katie Holmes. Yeah. Didn't mind, and Pacey was fun too, but yeah, there you go. and we're going to talk about this triangular seismic vessel. You're like, what? Yeah, I'm fascinated by interesting shit. So I want to share it with you guys. Coming up, deep dive, the Snoop Dogg Effect. Why 50 is the new 30. We're going to break down why one midlife man walks into the Olympics and bedroom magnetic, while the other guy walks into a room and gets booed. And then, hey, we got a bunch of other things to get into, including I got a monologue dropping at the bottom of the hour called I'm Not Here to Meet the Bar. No, I'm here to set it. Yes. So if you've been coasting quietly, or just trying to survive the week, hour 2 is where we raise the bar. And it all starts with the deep dive this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's get into it.
50 can feel 30. Stay useful, curious, moving. Don't act retired. Move first. Snoop walks in, people smile. A stiff guy walks in, the room goes cold. That's the test. Warmth or tension. Your kids are the crowd. They don't boo with words. They boo with distance. Watch the silence. Get on the floor, not the stands. Do hard things in front of them. No speeches. Drop and do 10. Curiosity keeps you relevant. One real question beats 100 opinions. Ask what they're into, then try it. 10 minutes, then you can talk age. Until then, you're not old. You're untrained. Sweat first.
Hey guys, the biggest, no, I got the wrong tunes on there. Hey Johnny, the biggest flex these days for men growing up, the biggest flex in midlife, our age, and I know you got the abs. I love your abs, and I know you're proud of them, and they're hard earned. Those abs are from habits. But I know you know as well as I do, those abs don't come from sleeping in. Those abs don't come from hitting the snooze button. Those abs don't come from making self-sabotaging behavior. It's being the guy who shows up with clean energy when you wake up in the morning, making good decisions the night before. Dude, there's a lot of guys still struggling, and Snoop right now, and I put this on the tip because Snoop's at the Olympics. He's fucking flying around doing his crazy shit. He ain't a spring chicken. And he's kind of redefining what a 50-year-old man looks like in the world in a fun way. Johnny.
I mean, if you break it down, it's how we live our lives that makes us old or not.
I saw a picture of a 50-year-old, so you and I 20 years ago, and then a 50-year-old today, and the appearances are just striking, man. It's like through lifestyle change, right? So, somebody who was 50 20 years ago looks very different than somebody who's 50 today.
The shit that we deal like I go back to the food. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Food makes us lethargic, makes us tired, makes us inactive. And if we're inactive, the body adapts to inactivity. If we're very active, the body will stay adapted to that very active lifestyle. Look at Don Man, 67, still fucking climbing the mountains because he still keeps going.
Yeah.
If he stops, his body will adapt to him stopping.
That's my exact
if a person wants to stay young, live a young lifestyle.
Yes. That what you just said is my dad's exact attitude. He's like, if I stop moving, I'm gonna break. Like basically, if I stop moving, I'm gonna break down. So I'm just gonna keep moving, right, and just keep moving. My uncle Ed, who's 9,800 years old, I love my uncle Ed. I think he's actually 97 or 98, whatever it is, or 95. But Johnny, his trick, he's constantly moving, man. To your point of living a young lifestyle. Well, think about yourself playing pickleball with Terry, right? Just keep, and I know in your head, you're like, well, why would I not be doing this for the next 10, 15 years, 20 years? Like, there's really no reason not to. My dad curling at 84 years old.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you saw me when I started this last business last year, and keep in mind, I have no regrets, man. I love entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And I was so in what I was doing and loving it, but I've pushed myself way too hard. So between pushing myself too hard, and then having that, and I was physically and mentally just beat, then ended up having that nerve issue. The inactivity that I went through at the tail end of the year, I mean, I can honestly feel the difference is like coming out of the first part of this year, like in the first few weeks of January to now, like I had the inactivity that I went through because I was on crutches for a week.
I remember
all of the resting I was doing, just trying to recover.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm building myself back up because my body was adapting to less activity. And we're talking about a few months. You turn into a few years, you got a big fucking problem on your hands.
Yeah. Hey.
Now when I play pickleball with Terry, 30, 40 minutes, I feel great. Back when I was when I was like in December, before my nerve went bananas. 30 minutes, I was fucking wiped out. Like
No
I was
shit.
having to go sit down and drink water about every 10 minutes.
No shit. Hey,
Yeah.
you shared yesterday, you tweaked yourself. How you feeling today?
Much better.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I understand the first time I went through it, and I understand what I need to do to get it to start to heal.
Yeah. One other thing about Snoop before I wrap this one up and move on. Charlie just dropped a video for us. We're going to put on the screen here in a quick second. One other thing for Snoop's Milan blueprint is simple. Be present. And what I love about Snoop is his authenticity, right? He's himself. Bring energy, keep learning, and serve the moment. I will say this, though, just to crack some humor around it. So it's funny how society looks at Snoop today. And because we both grew up with Snoop. He was a gangster, man, growing up. And nobody really wants to talk about Snoop from 30 or 40 years ago and some of the shit that he may be. And I listen, I'm all about grace and retribution and moving forward and so forth. I just find it funny because society is selective. We talked about cancel culture, Johnny. Society is selective, right? And society has chosen not to cancel Snoop, which I love because there's only one Snoop in the world. There's actually one Snoop Dogg in the whole world.
I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I think Snoop has made the choice to do what he needs to do to stay relevant. Because if he doesn't make the choices he's making, then he gets canceled.
Oh, I like that. Reverse that for me again. Say that again. That's brilliant. Yes.
Well, it's like everybody has the choice to how you live your life, what you do, what you say is either going to keep you where you are or it's going to take you somewhere new.
I really like how you've presented that because
he's not lucky.
No,
he's doing this himself.
Yes,
he's controlling the fucking strings behind the fucking.
Yes,
not society.
Yes,
it's like fucking Madonna. She was able to stay out in the front.
Yeah.
So I think it's granted. I mean, he understands how to keep the public intrigued for sure.
Yes.
I think it comes down to his just brutal authenticity. He's funny. He does no fucking qualms about talking about smoking weed. I mean, he's just you can't help but to be semi-interested in what he's got to say or what he's doing because he's not pretending.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly it. And I'll be honest, I've been inspired by him because, and not in a negative way, but just the authenticity, be yourself. And, I openly talk about my acceptance and desire to hang out with cannabis. And and by no means am I putting myself on the same parameter as Snoop. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. It's just, there's something to be said. And like yourself, being an authentic, real human being. And it's actually part of my monologue today, which is, you never know who's watching because you never know who's watching.
Well, when you truly do shit that interests you,
yes,
it's very easy to be authentic because you're doing what gets you out of bed in the morning and makes you sing and makes you whatever versus when you're following a blueprint, you're just fucking now you become one of the fucking walking zombies and they're all over the place.
It's true. 100% true. 100% true. Good morning, everybody. Keith and John are hanging out with you guys. We get live every single day. Morningsinthelab.live. Come check out our app, morningsinthelab.live. You can catch the show live and you can check in and hang out with us. It doesn't cost you nothing. Build a streak. Come say hi. If you're looking to, reach some goals, kill some addictions, it starts with getting up, not hitting the snooze button, and joining us live on the show. And I can assure you, come hang out with Keith and John. You will, and you keep doing this regularly. I do not know how you will have success in life. Hey, Johnny, this morning, a few minutes ago, Charlie, good time, dropped a video. Let's throw this up here, Kai. I have not seen it. I don't know what it's about, but let's see what he has to say. It's something with Lou Ferrigno, I think. Let's check this out.
And each of those bars this time, 5/8
inches in diameter. They're bending bars around their necks.
Oh my goodness.
Or head or wherever you want to put it, but you can't. It has to be, I think, above the shoulders. Was
what?
Yeah, I think if this is the right one, Bill Kazmar tears his chest in one of these.
That's Ken Patera. Remember Ken Patera doing the old effect check? Really? So
Yeah.
hold on. So back it up, Johnny, for me. So explain to me. So you take a bar, and what are you doing? You're bending it on your neck?
You have to bend it to where it's like, I think it was 6 inches between the ends. So you can do it with your neck, your head, but you can't. It has to be above your neck.
Really?
Yeah, they took that out because it was like Bill Kazmaier fucked his chest up doing that.
Explain to me how. Like, what do you mean by that? Like how?
See, he basically, you're doing this. That's just straight like.
Oh yeah.
And you could see he was doing it, and he just lets out this shriek, and almost like an animal runs off like for cover. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like you're going. It's an innate reaction. You know?
Fuck, I never knew this existed. I've never seen this in my entire life. Thanks, Charlie, for sending it up. I've never seen that in my entire life before.
I don't think that was in probably maybe 1 or 2 years. I don't see Kazmaier in that heat. So my guess is that probably is, I don't know, maybe he's already hurt.
Okay.
Because every time you bend one, like the first part of it was one, they all just went,
yeah.
It got thicker. And some of them couldn't do it, and then it was left with a few guys trying to. Then now it's at the end where whoever got the two tips of the bar closest together is the winner of the competition.
So, what is it? What's physics? Levers. So you're. I'm making assumptions here. The further you are on the bar, the easier it gets. No, because you have more leverage to pull it in. Would that be a fair assumption of mine?
Yeah, but I mean, they're all holding the very ends of the bar. That's what
I'm seeing. Yeah, that's what I'm noticing.
The bar that's causing the trouble.
Interesting. And John, was that part of like strongman competition? Like, was this particular event part of a strongman competition?
That was the 1977 strongman competition.
Oh, I see. Okay, interesting.
Like I said, some of these events, they kind of test them, and if they're hurting guys, because you hurt one of the fucking stars, now it creates a problem in the competition. So they're looking at what hurts people and what the crowd receives the best. And for whatever reason, that didn't stay long.
Yeah, that's fascinating, man. That's fascinating. Hey, I learned something, and I know I'm going to teach you something right now. Maybe you know this. Have you heard of the term nebula sexual?
And I heard that you talking about that when I was taking a piss, and I was going, I don't know what that is.
Neither did I, which is like, so I know I pride myself to teach you and I things daily and our audience. Well, nebula sexual. Well, let me back it up. So the term comes from nebula, meaning, so again, word meaning, right? We were talking word meaning to kick the show off here today. The term comes from nebula, meaning cloud or fog, and describes attraction that feels blurred, vague, or hard to categorize. And people may sense a pull towards others, but can't clearly say this is a sexual attraction. Many descriptions place nebula sexual under the quiosexual umbrella. People who struggle to recognize or distinguish sexual attraction from other kinds. And Johnny, it's often described as specific to neurodivergent people. For example, autism, ADHD, OCD, where the brain processes body signals, emotions, and cues differently. For those people, the interpretation layer is the issue. So there may be sensations or interests, but turning those into a clear yes or no, there's actually no clear pathway, right? So it's like this, I got this feeling and emotion, but I don't know how to connect it to the desire of what happens next. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I found it quite interesting, actually. And as I was thinking about it, I do know some people
that sounds like every young boy trying to figure out how to get his first date.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I got this fucking rock hard boner in my pants, and I don't know how to turn that into a fucking movie and a dinner, you know?
Well, so here's what's interesting too, is that because I did not know of this term. I obviously know about I've heard of asexuality, and asexuality is when people typically report clearly not feeling sexual attraction at all. Like somebody has no sexual, I couldn't imagine that actually, but zero sexual attraction. And then John, another one, and I've heard this one before, but demisexual or gray sexual focuses on how often attraction occurs or under what conditions. So, you might only be attracted to somebody. So I'm gonna speculate here. Maybe demisexual and gray sexual happens like in prison, right? Where there's a certain condition where like, I'm not gay, but here's where I am for the next 20 years. And I got some needs, and this is what's going to happen. I'm just speculating out loud. That's how I'm interpreting demisexual or gray sexual. Interesting. Yeah. There's a sexual lesson for us this morning, my brother.
My brain goes right to. There's obviously conditions right from the beginning.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But then my brain goes to this massive epidemic we have of, I guess men's the one I know of the most. I'm sure females too, but I know firsthand men's. I work with a lot of them.
Yes.
Where their lifestyle is just fucking completely destroyed, whether it be their function, like they can't get boners, they can't get erections anymore, or they just don't have the urges to do it because it's like that system is just fucking turned off.
Interesting. Just no interest, eh? Like just.
Well, but think like this: if you're really fucking tired and really fucking stressed out, are you thinking about having sex?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So now if you've adapted this into some bit of a lifestyle and sex just leaves your mind, your body, your thought processes, your urges, and it's gone long enough, it's normal.
Well, and then you think about, John, which, let's put the other elephant in the room. And then we have our own mirror and our own confidence, right? So to your point, you're feeling tired. You go look in the mirror, you take your shirt off. You're probably not going to like how you look. And then all of a sudden your brain's like, oh, I don't like how I look. My wife's not going to like how I look. And then to your point, it just spirals, doesn't it, John? It just spirals, right? Next thing you know, the man's like, I don't like how I look. My confidence sucks. I feel bad. I feel shitty. I need help. I got to go down
to how we live our lives, man. 100%.
Yeah. And then what I suspect, because you talk about this all the time, we get used to living that way.
Yeah, 100%. It becomes normal. And next thing you know, years have gone by and they just think it doesn't work anymore. Well, you got some fucking work to reverse all this, but it'll come back.
I can only imagine some clients you've had, true story, which have been that gentleman who's gone through some work with you, who would text you or call you the next day and said, I had a wonderful sexual experience with my wife. Thank you.
Just had a doctor who's an oral surgeon.
Okay.
Just went through that a few weeks ago.
That's cool. Yeah.
He goes, the wants to get in shape, but usually they'll put in there, they wants to also handle sexual dysfunction.
Yes.
Right? And I can't remember how he worded it. He goes, so I asked him, I said, hey, how things going in the bedroom? And he's like, he goes, well, my wife is happy and I almost humped a hole in our granite countertops. I was like, okay, we're back.
I was humped a hole in the granite countertop. I love it.
Part of that was peptide driven too.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's all. An oral surgeon too. So you got a doctor coming to you saying, hey, I need some help. That's fascinating in itself. Think about that for a moment.
Well, I mean, it happens all the time because they're specialized in what they do.
Yes.
You need your fucking molars removed.
Yes.
He's the guy.
Yes.
But he hasn't, his whole life's experience when it comes to helping people has been around their mouth, not around their energy levels, their bodies and shit like that. And people are now figuring out that sexual dysfunction, whatever level, is connected to your health, which is great. People are seeing this.
It's fascinating what you say, because we as humans, we judge two people immediately. We judge cops and we judge doctors. Like, why is that guy? Why is that's a fat cop out of shape protecting me? I don't like that. And then you can see a doctor is like, that's a fat doctor out of shape. I don't want him helping me. But to your point, if somebody just spends their whole day fixing somebody's molars, they're a doctor, but they might be no different than some guy laying on the couch. And I'm not trying to paint a picture, but it's to your point that we have perceptions of what somebody should be or somebody should look like. And then when they're not, we're like, oh, but you're a doctor. Why aren't you like how I'm supposed to be myself?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's just, if you get right down to it, there's so many, we're all specialized, if you will, at high level, you're specialized.
Yes, 100%.
It's like, even like with a lawyer, you're not just a lawyer anymore. What kind of lawyer are you? Are you a contract lawyer? Are you a real estate lawyer?
Absolutely. And good time says it happened in women as well. Well, it does, right? And we our lovely wives go through menopause, and we go through stages in life, and things change. Would be my answer to that. So,
I know I'm very aware, but I just don't have experience enough to talk about helping them, because I have helped a few.
Yes,
but it's just them. It's been more of kind of a positive side effect of getting them feeling better and more healthy. Got you. For the men, we can get them feeling good, but sometimes there's still some fucking massaging that needs to be done, literally, whether it be the arousal center of the brain or the actual vasodilation, where it's necessary. There's multiple systems to get that shit to work again.
Yes.
You can take, Tadalafil, Cialis, or Viagra and have all of the blood flow. Those vessels are ready, but if the arousal in the brain doesn't trigger it to happen and send blood, well, what the fuck's the difference?
Well, yeah, all you got is just hard wood with no emotion around it, and it ain't working. You're like, it's hard, but nothing else is happening. Basically,
well, a lot of these guys will just take the fucking wood. They just want a piece of wood.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you've got the vasodilation, it doesn't mean that the brain sent blood there.
Yes, I get. Yeah, yes, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
The vessels are ready, but until there's a trigger here to send the blood, it doesn't make a difference.
And then to somebody who hasn't had a morning wood in a while, that confidence spike, I can only imagine, Anderson, guy calling you going, dude, I got myself a morning wood today. I'm feeling better about myself. Like, I'm serious, the confidence spike. It's like, I can be a young man again in many ways, right? That feeling of vitality.
Well, in the morning wood is one thing. It's the wood when it needs to be wood.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes. Hey, I know you got some content you're shooting in about 10, 20 minutes or so, but I got something for you. Did you know, little Q team,
Did you know iPhone 17 or newer can record front and back at once? It's called dual capture.
Most people never use it. That's why their videos feel flat.
One clip shows your face and what you're seeing. Reaction and proof hit together.
Camera app, video mode. Tap the 6-dot tools, pick dual capture.
Rear camera stays big. Your selfie ride's in a movable window you drag. iPhone 16 or earlier needs an app. Use Snapchat dual camera, then save to camera roll.
Use it for reps and receipts.
That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
It's just for you.
Way over my head, dude.
Well, no, it's not actually. Hey, Ben, you can put the camera on and you can record me this way and record the back way all at one time. So basically you got two cameras, right? Your front camera and back camera. You can record at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. It's over my head, not Ben's. I have people for this. I have you to keep me up. You keep me updated with what's going on in the world. Ben takes care of my electronic shits. I can matter my web developers. I have people.
I think I need to have a direct connection to Ben probably. Hey, Ben, Keith said this, do this. Hey, Ben, Keith told me this today. Hey, Ben, Keith taught me this today. Hey, John, just connect me with Keith so I can take care of you.
It was like when Gronkowski, he's like, so how much film do you watch? The guy was interviewing him. He goes, I got a guy that handles that for me. His name's Tom Brady.
I got a guy that handles that.
Because Brady would just tell him, look, this is what's happening.
Yes.
Do this. This fucking guy, these defenders are going to do this. You do that, and I'll meet you there.
It's funny though when you hear him say, I got a guy that handles it for me. Oh, who's your guy? Oh, he's the GOAT. Oh,
Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? It's just like, I'm going to offload that responsibility to that guy, which I thought it was awesome. All right, to all my guys out there who we all grew up together before Johnny gets out of here. So when I saw the TRS 80, let's throw vintage on the screen, guys. When I saw this dude, I knew my life was changing. So my uncle had a TRS 80, which was the Radio Shack. I was one of the first computers that was sold in.
Never saw one of these before.
I didn't. So I got to be honest. I didn't think you did, just because of how I've known we've grown up. And I didn't have one either, but my uncle did, and he lived down the road. And I remember seeing it, and I remember my eyes lighting up, and I was like, oh, and I was seeing the future. And so I remember that whole thing. So when I see these things, like, oh my God, there's the trash 80. I bet you Petro might have had one of those things, but and it was part of the Radio Shack.
The first time that I saw a computer and it was explained to me, my thought was, why? What am I going to use that for?
Yes, Jimmy, that kind of diskette. Yeah, so that's funny, man, because those diskettes were huge, and then they got smaller, and now they are just.
Thing, and I would have had no clue what it was. Dude,
that is funny, man. Yeah, that's funny. So I saw it, I was like, oh, that just took me right back to the days when I never had computers growing up. Mom and dad, my mom and dad worked hard for us kids. We had what we needed. That's how we put it. That we had what we needed, but my parents made sure we were taken care of, which is awesome. Hey, I got something funny for you, John. Before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, watch this. She got offered 100 and turned cardio into comedy. The internet's screaming. The bike starts vibrating. She doesn't stop. She matches the rhythm like it's choreography. Then something pops in the chair. A weird spray hits. She keeps twerking like nothing happened.
That's why it's funny. It's chaos with confidence. People argue it's AI, but they still replay it.
Nation, whether it's AI or not, we know the big dogs rule. Don't rent out your dignity for laughs. Keep your standards.
I don't know what's better, you cruising in the tank or the woman. So I couldn't find any evidence it was AI. I did some research on it.
They're all over the place now.
What's that?
These videos are all over the place now.
Yeah.
I mean, if dudes are so fucking intrigued by her possibly fucking, you know what it is? It's a dude who's never made a chick squirt before that's freaking out.
That's funny. So Jimmy says, so it is AI, Jimmy? I got to be honest, I couldn't find that it was, and I thought we grokked it.
Well, the way that works, it doesn't explode out of there like that.
Look at the hand. Thanks, Jimmy. You caught that for us. Yeah. Look at the hand. You can see it. But hey, what it does is it continues to support yesterday's stats. What is it? 25 coming out at the time was like, where's that coming from? Just squirting or what? But anyway, it's a little accident. Yeah. Petro says the tank in the vehicle everyone thinks John Anderson drives is perfect. I agree. I think that might be the greatest vehicle for Anderson. We got to get Anderson a tank in real life.
You know who has one of those? Eddie Hall has one of those.
Are you serious?
He made it street legal too.
Come on.
Swear to God. It was actually, from what I understand, it was pretty easy. He didn't have to do much to make it street legal.
Oh my God. That's what Jimmy just said. He goes, just like Eddie Hall. That's incredible, man. That's a street legal tank.
Yeah. You can drive him on one like his boy.
Yeah.
Max, I think he's like fucking 14, can legally drive it because it'd be like a tractor.
Interesting. No shit.
Yeah.
What do you got going on today, brother? I got to get you out of here. A lot of fun today, man. What do you got going on?
Filming. After this, I'm gonna do my early nap. The early nap's actually been working really well.
Has it? Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
And handle some business, pickleball, and I think I'm gonna go. As I understand it, there's a new bank that's U.S. based that's open downtown. So I may go see about opening an account down. It's gonna be great to have a fucking bank down here.
No shit. Yeah. I'm off to something that we all don't like to go to, but we do it out of respect and love. I'm off to a funeral this morning. If you recall, my brother's, I was telling you a couple weeks ago, my brother's mother-in-law was terminally ill and she passed last week. So today we're going to go to a celebration of life experience. And while I know it's going to be sad, I also have a sense that there's going to be a lot of love and positivity in it. Here's the thing. Her favorite color is red. She's asked everybody to wear red. So I'm liking that. So we're not going into a funeral of darkness. I sense it's gonna be sad, like I said, but it's as we get older, we learn how it works, and it's gonna be a moment of love, I'm sure. So
there we go.
Yeah.
That's the perspective you need, my brother.
That's it, my pal. All right, man. Well, listen, enjoy your day, enjoy your nap. Lots of love from me to you. We'll have some fun again tomorrow with Brian Leslie and John Petrocelli. And before you know it, we're doing it all again, my friend.
That's it, my brother.
All right.
Have an amazing loop. I look forward to seeing you in the morning, my brother.
You betcha, pal. All right, get some good rest. We'll talk to you later. John is out of here, everybody. All right, good morning. Jimmy, I'm seeing your picture there, man. That is crazy. That's absolutely, the guy drives a fucking tank. I'm surprised that Holroyd didn't drop that out there, because it seems like Holroyd knows everything about Eddie Hall, which I find quite humorous. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and friends. John is out of here. I'm wrapping up the next 25 minutes in the show here. I got a monologue I'm dropping here in a quick second, which is all about the idea of you never know who's watching. Yep, you never know who's watching, and what is the value in that? Because I'm here not to meet the bar. Nope. I'm here to set the bar. We're talking about it in a couple minutes, but before we do that, hey guys, you guys know we have an app. It's called the Mornings in the Lab Live app. And it's not something you're going to find in the Apple Store. It's not something you're going to find in the Google Android Store. No, not yet. No, you're going to find it on the internets. Morningsinthelab.live. Morningsinthelab.live. And why would I send you there? Well, We've got all the segments on the show, so you know what we're talking about on a daily basis. We got that thing updated every single morning in the middle of the night, so you guys wake up in the morning. I invite you to do what? Come check into the app. Come and show your proof. Come and show us that you're awake. Come and show us that you're checking in, and come and show us you're out there to hit your big, most audacious goals. It costs you nothing, guys, other than taking the first step towards greatness. Getting up, not hitting pause, and just coming to say hello. And we got you. We got your back. So to upload, you can either generate an image of what you're feeling like, or you can upload your own photo like I did this morning. I know Holward is having some problems with that, but guys, I invite you to come check in and beat us. And here's the thing. You'll build a streak, right? So we had a fellow, Denny, on the show earlier this morning, 40 days sober. What's going on, Denny? And we invited Denny to come check in daily. Come check in, beat your streak. And I promise you, we will help you build some good habits, because it starts here in the morning, offering you choices, offering you ideas, offering you things to think about, but then empowering you to move on and make those decisions. It costs you nothing, guys. Mornings in the lab.live. We go live 8 o'clock Eastern time right there on the app, Monday through Friday. All right, guys. I'm not here to meet the bar. No, I'm here to set it.
Stop waiting for the big stage. Your reputation is built in quiet reps. Set the bar when nobody claps.
People perform when eyes are on them. Leaders don't. Leaders are consistent, even when they're tired.
If you meet the bar, you plateau. If you set it, you rise. Standards make your normal day dangerous.
Build a mask. Build a practice. A mask needs energy. A practice gives energy.
Live exposes the truth fast. Timing, courage, listening. If you're authentic, pressure turns into a weapon.
So earn your standard. Reps today, not speeches tomorrow. When opportunity appears, you're already that guy.
You ever notice how? Hey, Jimmy, what's this?
It's become like a signature move.
It's like rolling. It's like what am I, an ape? Like rolling the arms in the air? It seems to be like, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Jimmy. Hey, it's better than our colleague Grace. Yeah, so we have a girl working for her name's Grace. She looks like this the whole time. Yeah, she walks around with her head tilted. What's shaking, Grace? Yeah, she talks like this, and her picture's like this. She's just always like that. What's shaking, Grace? Hey, you ever notice how some people, maybe even a lot of people, they perform when they think it matters? You know what I'm talking about, Jimmy? They turn it on when a big client's in the room. You know what I'm talking about? They polish the voice. Yeah, they straighten the spine. Oh, and then they become a version of themselves. Keyword, a version of themselves. But here's the problem. You never know who's watching. No, you don't. I say it to my team all the time. You never know who's watching. Not the day you think it matters, and not the moment you plan for, and not the big stage you fantasize about. It could be the random Tuesday, or the quiet stream when there's only 2 people watching, or even the clip that barely got views. Maybe it was that line you said half-assed that landed like a hammer in someone's chest. And that person watching, it might be the person who changes your life. And that is why I'm so, pardon my language, so fucking passionate about what we're delivering here on the show. True story. I don't know who's watching. I know who I want watching. The investor, the partner, the producer, the future client, the future fan, the future you, looking back, realizing that was the moment it started moving. So yeah, to my team who knows me and who's continuing to get to know me, hear me clearly. And to everybody out there in Mornings in the Lab Nation, hear me very clear. I am fucking obsessed with this craft. Not good enough, not pretty good, not meet the bar. No. We set the bar. I'm talking about setting the bar because I refuse, especially as I age, and to all my friends that are aging with me, I refuse to live in a world where kinda great is good enough. Guys, I'm not building a hobby. Fuck that. I'm building a standard. And that standard is simple. When you hit play on anything we do, you feel it. You feel the intention, you feel the reps, you feel the respect for the audience, because I'm not trying to be the best on my best day. What? You want me to say that again? Because I'm not trying to be the best on my best day. I'm trying to be undeniable on my normal day. But here's where people get messed up. They get this messed up all the time. They hear, well, you never know who's watching. And they think it means, put the performance on. Oh, you got to be perfect. You got to be impressive. You got to be flawless. No. You're wrong. Completely wrong. It means something way harder. It means be real. We talked about Snoop today on the show. And you know why it means be real? Because the facade that you are performing on, the performative facade, it cracks. It always cracks because you can't hold the mask forever. You can't manufacture soul. You can't fake conviction, and you can't fake presence, because you know what? People can smell it. And even if they can't explain it, that, my friends, is why real, yet not John Anderson real wins. That is why live wins, because live doesn't let you hide behind a script and 1,000 edits. No. Live exposes your truth, your timing, your courage, your ability to listen, your ability to think, and your ability to be motherfucking in it. And if you're authentic, and if you're present, and if you're actually about what you say you're about, well, guess what, guys? L-I-V-E, live. It turns that into a superpower. So yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm obsessed. And not because I need the applause. I'm not looking for the applause. Nope, not looking for the applause. And not because I need the validation, not looking for that either. And it's not because I am chasing some algorithm. Not even that either. It's because I'm building something that, whoa, am I going to say the word? Is Anderson going to get upset? Because we collectively are building something that absolutely deserves to be watched. And because someone out there right now, nation, someone out there right now watching us. And I'll be frank, I'm not going to waste their attention with anything that isn't real.
What's the line between disciplined and delusional?
Between outgrowing your partner and abandoning your vows? Between grinding for your kids and dying before they're grown? Today's Community Corner isn't soft. It's real talk about ambition, intimacy, and mortality. 3 creators, 3 mirrors, and 1 question for you, nation. Are you building a life you can actually sustain?
Woo! Jimmy, 34 seconds. It's pretty impressive. Thank you, Bladder. I think the prostate's working today. You know, I'm a big, I gotta be honest, guys, not to toot horns. I like that monologue. Let me tell you why I like it. Because I believe in so much of that truth, right? And I believe it leans into doing the hard work when nobody's watching, when in reality, somebody could be watching, somebody could change your life. You know, I had a fascinating conversation with Whitaker yesterday. And she's talking about a situation where somebody she was talking to was put in a situation where had somebody not seen them, their life wouldn't have changed. And they had a conversation with somebody else last night who somebody observed them who wasn't supposed to be observing them, and their life changed as well. My point is, you never know who's watching, right? So that person watching could change your life for the better or for the good, but it could change your life. So why waste their time? Why waste their attention with anything but being real? Just look at Snoop Dogg. It's hard to argue with that, right? And I know it's hard for us sometimes to be ourselves, but to me, that's the ultimate in freedom, is finding a way to be yourself. And I'll tell you something else here. I've been talking with some folks here in the last couple of days about developing out Conversation OS, our platform. And while I love all the kindness and the niceties I find it fascinating sometimes because there seems to be this process. And I've been setting up the table in a very direct way. And I got to be honest, because most people come to the table with, the apprehensions. Well, I don't know if we can. Well, it's going to take us this kind of time. And I'm largely often presented with, I'm not going to use the word excuse, but I'm going to use it. I'm largely presented with the reason why it can't happen. And I got to tell you guys, that drives me fucking nuts. Because that person is spending more time thinking about why it can't happen than why it can. So I said to these folks today, I said, they presented to me this morning, why something couldn't happen. And I'm talking to a development team about some work that we're doing. And I said, listen, humans are catching rocket ships landing from out of space, out of midair. Actually catching rocket ships falling from the sky with fucking chopsticks. I really don't have any time to hear that it can't be done. Actually, not at all. And I was talking to a fellow yesterday about just, the thinker-doers. We had the conversation a couple of days ago with the quote from Stephen Jobs, right? We have a lot of thinker-doers in the world. We got a lot of thinkers. Talk, think, but don't do. Can't execute, but they can think. They can talk, but they can't execute. So again, I had this conversation with this folk this last night, and I was like, dude, I am about execution. And I gave the example of Elon's Colossus facility he built in 120 days instead of the predicted 18 months. And I was like, that's the way that I think. And it's funny because the who was it? Mark Andreessen from Anderson Horowitz says, why aren't more CEOs in America acting like Elon? And I'm like, yeah, why aren't more humans or more leaders acting like Elon? And I'm by no means putting myself on the same planet as Elon. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. But it's to me, it's wondering why we are not why we not asking more questions around why things can't happen when we're always told they can't. Well, it's going to take us 3 years to do that. But why? Why? Is it because we got to have the nights off and the weekends off and it's this and this? No, how about we get it done? How about we figure a way to get it done instead of lamenting on because it hasn't happened that way before? That's really love to lean into the first principles thinking. And we were talking about Petro a couple weeks ago. It's accepting that just because it was done a certain way doesn't mean how we do it tomorrow. And it's redirecting energy, and it's redirecting people's thoughts into a direction of possibility, as Spartacus says. Because a lot of people, especially when I'm talking to folks, they will start the conversation with, well, it's because we haven't done it that way, or it's because it doesn't work. And it's always a because, or it's always a reason why it can't happen. And I got to be honest, man, it drives me nuts because the time our brain is spent thinking about all the reasons why it's not happening. Well, it's going to take us this and this and this and this and this. No, but have we thought about this and this and this and this? Well, no, but we haven't really thought about that. But why not? So again, what I'm learning is that clear direction. So I said to the lady today this morning before I walked into the show, I said, here's my expectations. This is a massive project. Some would say it's 18 months and be done in a week. It's like a week. I go, yeah. I said, and if it's not going to be done in a week, I want to understand why. And if it's because, people got to sleep, I'm like, well, that's not going to work. Right. And I also said that our culture is a move fast culture, move fast break culture. Go, 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 go. I don't got time to wait. I really don't have time to wait. Nope. Zero time to wait. Fully no time to wait. So it's time to go. All right, let's get to the community corner. Maya Reyes set it up. Yes, she sure did. Our very own Maya Reyes. When the grind is unsustainable. Oh. It's funny because I don't really like the grind. I don't like the word grind, Neiman. I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah. And I understand why people use it. But I think what I've really enjoyed doing is flipping the word around to gratitude. Right? So Garrett 9 documents a single chaotic day in Cape Town. 1 a.m. editing, 6 a.m. Hey, Jimmy, this might be Melissa. Pseudonym Melissa. Pseudonym Garrett Kane. 1 a.m. editing because Bellis is driving my ass right now. 6 a.m. multi-hour this because Bellis is telling me to do this. But we got Garrett saying that he's doing all these things and he's not preaching, but he's documenting. Yeah, he's documenting daddy duty, the studio work, evening run, all on 4.5 hours sleep because he's openly questioning whether this pace is sustainable or just the cost of living fully as an athlete, creator, and dad. Dude, it's not grinding, it's gratitude. The reality is, guys, it's funny because if we have that Robert Herjavec clip we dropped yesterday, I would play that one again. I was playing that clip all day in my head yesterday. That 15-second clip where Herjavec was talking about, being an entrepreneur, being a founder is a lonely experience. Nobody's going to understand, and it's going to be a lonely, relentless experience. And, the late nights, and Garrett talks about it, right? It's and then he talks about what makes it compelling is the honesty. He worries people overestimate his discipline. I think a lot of people underestimate the discipline required for success. I'd kind of take the different approach to that. In my experience, most underestimate the discipline to achieve big goals. And it's funny, so I guess all goals are relatable, right? So somebody like, hey, aren't you happy, achieving a goal of building a company to $1 million? No, I'm not actually. I'm not. And I guess maybe where I don't make myself clear with some of the goals I talk about, like my goals be billion. Good time. I'm not fucking around with the airplane, right? It's the B. I'm not putting all this time and energy in just to settle with $1 million. No, we're going to be the billion. But that costs a lot of energy, costs a lot of there's a compelling amount of discipline required to hit the B. Hey, Substack. You can't drag your partner into the deep end. In the challenging or outgrowing your partner segment, Taylor Sleaford tackles tension many men in their 30s and 50s feel but rarely name. What happens when you start therapy? Oh, this is a good one. Good one, Neiman. What happens when you start therapy? Men's work, personal development, and your partner doesn't. Oh, well, Taylor's core message is simple and sharp. You cannot force growth. You can clearly communicate your desires, share the impact, walk your talk, and build your depth, but you cannot drag someone into a transformation. So over-convincing creates purgatory. For men focused on mindset and leadership, this is uncomfortable because if the depth is non-negotiable, say it. If it's not, well, maybe it's time to stop pretending that it is. All right, moving over to LinkedIn. Man, this is a tough one. Ollie Matthews. He shares how stress killed his dad at 47. Ouch. Ollie was 15. He's never going to hear his father say, I'm proud of you. Now he works with dads to fix their sleep, their nutrition, their training, and their stress before it is way too late. His message is blunt. If you cannot say to your child, I'm going to fix my health for you, nothing will change. So, for men in their 30s, their 40s, and we talked about James Van Der Beek's untimely passing today at 48. Colorectal cancer. Passing yesterday, I should say. Health, legacy, responsibility, relationships. Guys, on this show, we talk about goals nonstop. We talk about business nonstop. Athletic performance nonstop. But hey, think about this. Ears up, guys, for what I'm going to say next. This one will hit you. What if the real win? What if the real win is being alive at your kid's wedding?
Three stories, one thread. Discipline without drift. Growth without delusion. Nation, ambition is powerful, but unsustainable ambition, silent resentment, and unmanaged stress will collect interest. The question isn't, can you push? The question is, can you last? See you tomorrow, fellas.
Wow, we're wrapping up already. Fun show, guys. Keith and John hanging out, putting a bunch of curious stuff on the table here today. I see you, Spartacus. Why do people want to stay mediocre? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Because you're right. Striving for success is the ultimate sacrifice. Perhaps it's the fear of success. Yeah, and I was having this conversation, it was yesterday, the day before. I think humans naturally think we're going to fail. And we're like, I just can't do it, or it's just not going to happen. So I don't know if I want to put all the effort in. We want, and we're always aspiring. But as I was talking with Carter yesterday, the hardest thing, Spartacus, is executing on that, and then executing on it again, and then again, and then again, and nonstop. And it's funny because I was talking to a fella yesterday about our show and the platform we're building. And what struck him was the fact that we are executing on a daily basis. He's like, you're living this. I go, I am. Right. And there's respect for that because we're living this, what we are talking about and what we are promoting on a daily basis. What's going on, Miko? Miko, what glasses are those? These are my handsome chief glasses. Yeah, true story. Where are you joining me from, Miko? Miko 993. Hey, I invite you to check into the show. Build a streak. We go live every single day. Morningsinthelab.live. Morningsinthelab.live is your app to come join the show, get out of bed, not hit the snooze button, and achieve some big, hairy, audacious goals. Come join us. Miko, come check in. Morningsinthelab.live. You'll scroll down the page. You'll see check in. Show us your proof. Show us your proof you're alive. Show us your proof you're there. It costs you nothing. You can send a picture of yourself. No morning wood, please. Or you can generate a picture just to grab the attitude you have, grab the interest you have, and show it out there to check in. And what I'm telling you, Miko, is this is simply a free opportunity for you to get up and achieve some big goals by simply checking in. That's it. Because I believe this, guys. I believe this. If we create a streak and we join a community we're proud of, we're going to come back again the next day. Right? So, and I'm with Spartacus, man. Standing in one place gets us nowhere. So maybe it's standing in the second place, coming in and checking into the app and coming back and doing it yesterday. And Miko, I got to tell you, man, we had Denny who joined the show about an hour ago, 40 days sober. 40 days sober. Invited him to check in so we can help him get to 41, 42, 43, etc., etc. Okay, guys, guess what? It's time to wrap up. Back tomorrow, Brian, I think it's Brian Leslie, I believe, is joining us tomorrow, as well as Dr. John Petrocelli. Petra, I'm getting titles together for us today, my friend. I'll get them thrown to you later today. But that's it for today, guys. A lot of fun. Jimmy Kai, good job on the buttons. Thank you for hanging with us. Melissa, thank you for the words. And guys, today we did not at all just talk about culture. No, we broke down a pattern. We talked about Snoop. We talked about why does one 50-year-old walk into the Olympics and feel current, relevant, and magnetic, and the other one walk in and get rejected? Oh, I know why, because the other one was JD Vance. Sorry. Good time. I know you're laughing at that one. All joking aside, guys, I invite you to do this. Stay useful, because it comes down to actually three things: useful, curious, and staying in the game, right? And being intentional, perhaps around an interest. Midlife, guys, it's going to turn against you the moment you start coasting on past wins. The moment you stop learning, the moment you decide you've earned the right to disengage, because relevance, guys, relevance is not about age. It's about contribution. Yes, that's the Snoop Dogg effect. Curiosity Cash, we zoomed into some crazy shit here today, guys. We debated about why Roman concrete. Yeah, we talked concrete. True story. Boo is... Oh, good time. I had to read that twice. Boo is his nickname. Good one. I love that. Boo. Oh, that's awesome, man. We talked about Roman concrete. We unpacked cultural language like nebula sexual. Do you guys know what nebula sexual is? If you don't, go back and listen to it. And you might learn a little bit about what that term of nebula sexuality is. Hey, Morning Focus, we are not here, not I, we are not here to meet the bar. We are here to set it on the Mornings in the Lab team right here on morningsinthelab.live. Hey, guys, meeting expectations, that's just survival. That's for everybody sitting in the stands. That's for everybody who's happy in the stands, buying the ticket to our show. No, setting the bar is leadership. That's what we do here every single day. You do not control who's watching you guys, but you can control the standard that you operate at. And we want to set the bar, not meet the bar. We talked about James Vanderbeek's passing at 48. The UK biobank that cannabis is telling you that we're getting smarter. Yeah, baby. ChatGPT adding contact results, and Google expanding some results about you, which will help you navigate tomorrow's internet. And Stanford says cartilage regeneration is here. Coming up tomorrow, Brian Leslie Miller joining us. He's an executive coach, spiritual psychologist, and wilderness therapy guide. We found him in the bush. Yeah, true story. He works with high-achieving men who have the resumes, the income, and the status, and they still feel empty. So if you have ever thought, I did everything right, why do I still feel empty? Well, tomorrow's conversation is the one to be part of. And of course, in the second hour, we have our very own. Yeah, we've claimed ownership of him. We've claimed ownership of him. Dr. John Petrocelli, the resident bullshit professor himself. He's joining us 9 o'clock Eastern time for BS or no BS. So guys, we will see you when? In less than 24. We call it 22 hours. And where are we going to be? Jimmy, where are we going to be? Hey, Kai, where are we going to be? Mornings in the lab.live. We'll see you guys in less than 22 hours. Boom.